flag. Our boys who play this grand old game are always striving for glory and fame. See the bombers fly up, up, the other teams they don't fear. They all try their best, but they can't get near as the bombers fly off. Good old Collingwood forever, they know how to play the game. Side by side they stick together to uphold the Magpies' name. See the barrackers are shouting, as all barrackers should. Oh, the premiership's a cakewalk for the good old Collingwood. Good old Collingwood forever, they know how to play the game. Side by side they stick together to uphold the Magpies' name. See the barrackers are shouting, as all barrackers should. Oh, the premiership's a cakewalk for the good old Collingwood.
Alright. Hello everyone, welcome back to another live stream, my friends. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day today. Today we are going to be streaming Essendon versus Collingwood match. We'll start at 3:20 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. It's beautiful sunshine. Can't even speak today. Beautiful sunshine right now. In Melbourne. Basically, the match will start in approximately 10-15 minutes or so. But today I decided just to start at least 20 minutes early because I have two bad news and some good news. Okay, so let's start with some good news. I just want to mention here before we start, but I mentioned just to start early, just to talk about some things, stuff like that, before the game starts. But I want to start with some good news. Good news is it's basically about Fortnite, but it's also about other stuff as well for my personal life. So I think one of my friends me and my friend, we were playing a tournament yesterday. Cash prize was about $1,000, right? So, Fortnite does cash cups, stuff like that. There's like some rules to obey or buy. So, they have these things called region locks where you select one server, you can't go and switch other servers. So, me and my friend were participating. It was like a Zone Wars tournament. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically where it's like normal, but the storm goes a bit fast. Like, it's like Fortnite, but like normal zone. So, we were fighting, stuff like that. And my friend got at least like 10-15 kills. Just like the whole tournament. For me, I got at least like 5-6 kills. There was a bit of sweats though, but we did good. And we had to get at least like top like 100. Top 100 was like 100 place. You get at least $200. Top 50, you get at least $500. And then the top 30, you get at least like 800. And then the top one, which is the first like 10th or 11th, 10th or 1st place, is basically you get $1,000. So 10th to first place. Alright, so That was the leaderboard stats and the prize stats. We came at least 10th, alright? We came with 10th place. And I'm gonna say right now, we basically won at least $1,000. Alright, that is absolutely crazy. Now, we plan sharing that money. So Dusty, one of my friends is getting $500. Sorry, not Dusty, but one of my other friends, not Dusty who played, but one of my other friends got at least $500. Me, I got we're sharing the money. We got 500. I got $500. My other friend got $500. And Epic usually sends emails of of PayPal to do like PayPal stuff like that. But I can actually transfer the money to my other credit. Like it transfers the money to my credit card. So we both split half of the money. So I got 500. He got 500. But I wanna say a couple of things though is about tournaments because I saw at least a couple of kids who are cheating in this tournament. Let's just give you a couple of examples. Some guy he was live streaming on Twitch. He was streaming on Twitch. He was playing a normal zonals tournament. He was fine for at least half an hour or so. And he started like using aimbot. He killed always lots of people were using aimbot. And many people like from TFU's like not TFU streams from other people's streams who one other person he had at least like 10K. They started going to his stream and they were like, "Why are you cheating?" Alright. He basically summed it up and he was like being very rude. He was like, look guys, no need to hate, bro. Look, you guys don't want to hate. It's just content, bro. It's just for content." Alright. And then many people were like saying it's not for content. You know you're gonna get in trouble by Epic because they can that there had been roasting people for using hacks. He didn't even care at all. So he said he didn't cheat, but get this, guys. This was funny. About an hour later, he forgot to blur his screen, black his screen, and he opened the application. He had his application like open. He opened the application and it has a bunch of hacks. Get this, it has aimbots, and the most outrageous thing that is in this hack is using like flying in creative and also in battle royale modes. This guy he was flying and was cheating using flying hacks like creative. It's like a thing where you go to your own world and you use this phone tool to fly and delete other stuff, right? He was using that, right? He was flying, he was killing people, he was also using wall hacks and shooting people through walls. Now Epic's games or a database system didn't catch it because they have an anti-cheat system where it detects people from using hacks, and it didn't even detect. It didn't even detect using hacks because usually when it detects, it just kicks people out straight away. It should say whenever they get banned, it should say on the kill feed. For example, Dusty got struck by the ban hammer. Alright, so it would say that, but it didn't even say struck by the ban hammer. It didn't even kick him out, and somehow he got 15th place. Fortunately though, Epic basically found out the situation because many people were getting mad at Epic and they banned that kid. Alright, he was disqualified. He was supposed to be getting at least $500, $800, but they gave it to the next person who was behind him. So it's just kind of stupid though that many people were not following the rules on Epic Games rules because they Epic hasn't been listening to the community like since last chapter, and now they have been listening to the community and they have tightened their rules and they've like made the rules very seriously. And you can actually get lawsuited by Epic if they want to take the kid who hacked to court. It's also very stupid though. Like last year, they lawsuited a 13-year-old kid for at least $1 million for using hacks. He then apologized, made a video, but many people made a video about it and said he shouldn't have done that in the first place. It was stupid. So just so you guys know, if you like don't hack, don't do anything, because you would have get in trouble by Epic, and they might have taken you to court, might lawsuit you if it's very serious, or they might just permanent ban you, or basically disqualify and basically ban your account for at least maybe 14 days, 24 hours. Most serious, maybe at least 1 month, 2 months. And if you continue doing other offenses, they will basically permanent ban your account. And if also they also have more serious options. If they can't lawsuit someone, they can actually hardware ban your system. If you don't know what hardware ban is, it basically hardwares your CPU, your motherboard, and it cannot actually let you play Fortnite. It will just you have to go and buy a new PC or use someone else's PC. Alright? Unless Epic decides to unban your hardware, and they can do that. Alright? So that's the first thing I want to say. I want to say thank you. If my friend's watching this, thank you. Like his name was Smith Plays FN. If he's a very good player, Fortnite player. He's a very good sweat, and he's been winning tournaments from the past, and he goes to my school. So yeah. Hopefully we can we'll both share the money. I think like my parents, I told my parents about it. They were like freaking out. So this is actually my first tournament that I won $1,000 yesterday, and that was crazy. So yeah. And also that's the first thing. How long do we have? Okay, 8 minutes. So yeah, I said that there's gonna be 2 bad news. So that's basically one of the good news. So let's get to some bad news now. So we have 8 minutes. So I said before I would have started my stream 20 minutes early. But here's the first bad news now. So around yesterday at around 2 in the morning, alright. I'll wait comments in the second. Let me just tell the bad news. But around 2 in the morning, last night, me and Job were talking, having some fun, on Discord. And I'm gonna say the name. I'll say the name in a second. But this kid, he has been. I'll give you guys an example. You guys will know this kid because I think Diego, you know who this kid is. This kid, he was one of my friends for at least a couple of months now. He has been. Let's just be honest. He's been a little idiot. He has been friends with uh friends with other people. He has been saying that he was going to swap me. He was going to swap with my other friends. He said that he was going to hack people's accounts. He has been harassing. He has been doing lots of bad things, and he has been actually hacking people's accounts lately. And he I don't know, he's in like year 5, year 6, and he's been like threatening him, stuff like that. He has also been doing other offenses in the past, very outrageous behavior. And apparently last night at 2 in the morning, I was on Discord and I fell asleep. Joe had to go to sleep because he had a tournament to go to tomorrow. And I woke up for a bunch of messages from other people, alright? I went to Discord, and apparently TJ, which you guys know, it's actually TJ. Diego already said it's TJ. Yes, it was him. He has been joining Discord servers. He's been spamming. He's been harassing people, threatening people. And one of the most outrageous behavior that he has done, he has been sending private messages to one of my friends that are very secret. And I can't send it to like my other friends that don't know. Those messages are supposed to be for real life people that I know, for my friends. Because of this, one of my other friends, which is Isaac, his mom saw this and got very mad at me. Alright, she came on the mic. She said to me, "Don't talk to one of my to Isaac again." I also got very mad, and I said to his parents, "You should have controlled your son, because he's been saying disgusting stuff recently." Like how could you control your parent, your son, even though he's playing online games, alright, and saying very disgusting shit, alright. So I said to his parents, just control your son, and because you're not even controlling him properly. Alright, that's true because he's been saying disgusting stuff. And if you guys are like one of my OG subscribers and you watch him recently and saying those disgusting stuff from Isaac's point of end, he basically says those disgusting stuff. So I told his parents, watch what your son is doing. Alright? So I got very mad. I just left the party, and Isaac said he was gonna block me. I just said to him that, it's not my fault. It was TJ. And my parents told me not to speak. Like today, they told me not to speak to Job, Isaac, all those other kinds of my friends because of TJ. So that's basically what I did. If I didn't do the right thing, then I wouldn't even stream right now. My stuff would have been taken away. So I for now I can't talk to Job and other kinds of stuff. I just told Job, I don't want you just to play with Mikhail and Nui if you see me playing with them, But it's very bad, to be honest. It's very sad as well, but this shouldn't even happen in the first. I don't know why I met this kid online. Like this. Let me be honest. This kid, this kid was very nice. And then, like a couple months, later, it happened like a couple months later, which is a couple months before, he started being a little idiot and doing those bad things. So, just to mention, guys, if you do not trust people on the internet, even though, except for people that are like friends with you for a couple of months or so. Some people out there just want to make jokes and say those stupid shit. And it's kind of annoying though, to be honest. Because, like, for example, there's like a bunch of people who think they're like e-girls on Fortnite, and then they pretend to be a girl, and then in fact they're a boy, and just pretending to be freaking girls and shit. Just disgusting. So yeah, that's the first bad thing, and then the second thing is that my Gmail was hacked, but I got my Gmail account back. But it wasn't severe, but the Discord one was very severe because I had all bunch of my friends that I talked to, and I friend requested them. I talked to them on Discord. And if I did more severe stuff, then my real life friends won't talk to me. Like two or three of my friends won't talk to me if he sent those saying those disgusting stuff. Many of my friends said that it was that they thought it was me, but it was not. But you can't really assume that it's
right now. You're talking about a side, I think, in Essendon that have been showing great moxie over the past month. They've been playing elimination finals basically every week, so they're chock full of confidence.
You can't assume that it's
their opposition
me, even
next
though
week. The Western Bulldogs are completely void of assurance in their game plan individually. So the best thing they can do right now is Essendon is keep riding that wave of confidence, Geordie.
So it's all about the action. So they come into a game where the result doesn't mean that much. They've secured their spot, but certainly the way they play. So reviewing the game on a Monday or a Tuesday, it will be the way they play, the structures they have, the ability to perform what the coach needs, what your teammates need. That will hold them in good stead come towards their first final next week. But there certainly will be times today and elements that you need some star power, and that man on screen in Darcy Parish will be certainly in the thick of it.
I don't think many experts expected the Bombers will be playing finals this year. Ben Rutten's first year officially in charge. They have beaten the Western Bulldogs. If you have a look at the other top side, Sydney, the Giants and Melbourne, they lost to by really small margins. So the form is there if they can get it right. Let's head to the MCG. The opening bounce, it is the Bombers up against Collingwood.
All right, moving on to the footy now. Here we go, Essendon.
One of the biggest rivalries in our game. Perfect bounce. And a free kick early is going to go Grundy's way.
On the full now, Jake, now. Thank you. Stand. Wow.
Maynard. Inside 50, ill-directed. Easy pick-off for the Bombers who can go sideways. Tom Cutler. McGrath. Clark. Heppel. That ball's touched. So it's going to come back to Clark. Dev Smith fiddles around with the handball a little. Parrish did well to stand up and deliver. Great from Merritt. They work this through beautifully. Dev Smith, right, long way to go down. And finally, some cavalry arrive for the Magpies.
Wilson to Madgen. Takes some territory down the line. Cutler, Henry, and out.
As much as we're focused on Stringer and his ability to stoppages, when Collingwood set up with the Goey and Elliott in a stoppage, you've got to.
You guys didn't see yesterday's match. That was one of the
really
most intense matches. Geelong and Melbourne.
Caught the heat
After
against
the stream ends,
Brisbane
make
for
sure
the
you guys
first 10 or
watch
15
that.
minutes. Just couldn't maintain the rage. That's the
Watch the
challenge
last
this
2
afternoon.
minutes.
Draper over the back.
So intense.
Soccer's out of mid-air. Francis takes it at 55.
I was actually
They
very
stream
surprised
back
that
towards the
Melbourne.
goal square. Great run over the top from Perkins. Will it sit for him? Madgen the beat. Turns. Snaps. And goals.
It's a goal. It's going to be a score review.
They're going to check it.
Ball's hit you. Just need to check what the score would have been. Thanks.
Score review. Please check to see what the score would be. Ball hit the goal umpire.
Review underway.
So that's clearly a goal. Umpire just checking to make sure that the ball wouldn't have hit the post if it had.
Review complete. Looking at this angle, we can see the ball would have crossed the goal line and been a goal if it had not made contact with the goal umpire. Decision on scoreboard.
And the Bombers get their first through Perkins. So Archie Perkins kicks the 9th goal of his debut season. Another of these exciting youngsters getting some big game experience in their first year of football.
Well, they've had a terrific start, the Bombers, no doubt. They've had 6 kicks and 14 handballs, so they're really keen to really move the ball on by hand. But as you can see right here, getting the ball over the back of the defence is something that Essendon do really well and makes the Collingwood defenders just scramble. And a good finish by Perkins.
Dappled light, centre of the G. Clearance here for the Magpies. Thomas runs onto it inside 50. Flicks the handball to Ginnivan and then it comes back to Elliott. Unable to handle it was Rantel. Snelling just edges his man under the ball. Becoming more and more important for the Bombers. Goal kicker Perkins taken in a good tackle. Releases it, but Grundy's waiting in the hole. Howe, Wilson. Henry under the foot, he did a really good job. And now we've got a locked up ball. In fact, umpires looking even closer than that. Holding the ball, so good result. For Ollie.
Yeah, again, guys, make sure you guys watch yesterday's
so
match
outside 50, what can
after the game.
Find inside.
Very intense.
Goes to the top of the square and it gets past everyone. McGrath last in line.
Laverty off to Cutler. Calls for an option to present. Kicks to a one-on-one. Snelling work Madgen under the football. Francis tried to flip in the Snelling direction, who then lays a tackle on Maynard. and is rewarded.
Out still.
Alright, enjoy the first quarter, guys. I'll read the chat and comment as well. So enjoy the quarter. We're back at quarter time.
Short into the corridor for Merritt, and now they can break up the middle through Hind. He elects to switch to the southern side of the ground for Redmond. Can have a bounce, wait for an option to present. Takes the short one. It was Perkins. Main, clean hands. Wilson. Now Noble. And Noble to defensive 50 and finds side bottom.
Stand!
The veteran normally uses it impeccably. Dacos. And Crisp was the short option, didn't want to go there. Beautiful ball.
Stand!
Thomas gets on the end of that. He asks a lot of side bottom. It's broken up by Guelphy. Clever kick in the end around the body. No, just too much carry. The 200 gamer, rough head. Able to break it up, and this is the corridor that Robert Harvey's already bringing into what Collingwood do. Noble. Final game for Chris Mayne. What a start. Taylor Adams, ball's touched. Dyson Heppel.
Good composure, just bend it across his body to Ridley. Uncertain of his options, so he'll go long down the line in the stringer direction. It clears he and Noble. 2-on-1 for the Pies. Howe will come and sweep it up. Off to Wilson. Inside to Adams. Under pressure, good run down from behind. Came from Smith. Dribbles inside 50. Ball in dispute. Henry over the top.
They just set up so well behind the ball, Essendon. Every time Collingwood's looked up to go forward, all they see is a Jaden Laverde on his own or somebody like that behind the ball. So really good defensive intent by Essendon.
Draper the follow-up and then smothered off the boot by De Goey. That's a free kick. Ginnivan high contact.
Stand.
Swirly breeze. Inside this great Coliseum, so Jack Ginnivan just playing his 5th game, has racked up 6 goals in that time. You can see his hair flying around, so what's he got? Strikes that beautifully. Just pulled it to the left, but easily had the trick. First score for Collingwood.
It's probably the next layer for Collingwood. They've always got the experience down back, and they're good ball winners when you have Roughhead, Maynard and Howe. They build the ball up well. They've always been a high mark, high uncontested. It's once you get forward to centre, start to find some options inside forward 50.
Cutler to Ridley.
Play on.
Punches a kick nicely to Heppel. He's called to go. So chips into the sun. Draper did well. Crisp just lost it. Draper found it. Cutler sweeps by to provide an option. Brings it inboard to Heppel. Deliberate build up again here from the Bombers. Now the switch. Laverde provides run from behind. Draws Henry. Gives to Hine. He'll get it and go. Drives it towards the pocket. Stringer sets himself right over the top. Guelphy at the back. Can't quite keep it alive.
See what Guelphy was trying to do. Take it cleanly. He would have turned the corner. Would have been right on the goal line, but just a fumble.
Wilson just allowed the footy to get behind him. Dev Smith went without it. Taylor Adams over the top and another baller.
Back this way, Peter, Brody.
Shield flicks it out to Parrish. McGrath with the centering ball. They're well represented here, the Bombers. It just had too much on it. Ginnivan did well. Back to Mayne. Howe. Noble had to stand under that footy. Plenty were coming at him. De Goey. Adams. Merritt. And now Cutler. Dev Smith can get on the end of that, so eventually they get a look at it.
That's their front half pressure game again. They've been really good in this area, haven't they, Jimmy, and turning the ball over and getting easy shots on goal. It's really smart play by Cutler just to lower their eyes and not blaze away. You see behind the ball here, just a look behind the ball. This is what Collingwood have to look at. All those Essendon players unmanned behind the ball. So they've got the entries Collingwood, but they're going into a really outnumbered situation.
You can see Ridley and even Draper sitting out. As soon as they pushed in, they let them go into the contest.
8-4 from set shots. Davey does this really well. Got their second. Devon Smith. Good Lara boy, Jimmy. From down Geelong way, Geelong Grammar, of course, and then headed over to the GWS Footy Club early. 170 through third game. How quickly he's put them together.
Well, it came off the back as what Lepper was touching on. Good structure from behind the ball, the Bombers. This is playing the front half turnover game, which we've touched on. It's been really well structured. As soon as the Collingwood players, too many of them go to the contest, one just keeps dropping off. If you get enough pressure on and you get that score off turnover, it's Ridley who's always that anchor defender. And then you catch out sides with that re-entry inside forward 50.
Spending more time forward, Dev Smith, in recent times. 7 goals in his last 6 games now, just 1 in the 6 prior to that. Become part of that forward mix as Merritt flips it to Shield. He's got time to turn, assess his options and kick towards Guelphy at half forward.
Outside 5.
Got Cutler inboard. Decides to go more direct. Drives to the pocket. Waterman was his target, but Roughhead cut it off. So let's have a look at Collingwood's ball movement as they're trying to pick their way through the zone. It's got to be so precise. This is Murphy. Bombers have done a good job at pressuring and forcing the error. And that's a turnover from Murphy straight to Guelphy.
Outside 5.
Owning the early footy here. The Essendon Footy Club, they know they're playing finals, so they can really attack this game of footy right in the air. Dribbling ball, Aaron Francis, and it takes a bit of the post. Just a behind Ab, down to you.
Yeah, guys, there could be an injury concern early from the Bombers camp, and it's Archie Perkins. He came off the ground and went straight down into the rooms. He's now been down there for 6 minutes, so he's one of these youngsters that's really taken the competition by storm. Nick Cox is their medical sub, should they need him, but I'm just chasing an update and I'll come back to you.
Thanks, Abs, as Howe goes long and it's cut off by Stewart. Bombers in control of this game at the moment. It's been played on their terms as Stewart winds up from 70 metres. Attacks the top of the square. Wright comes out and takes the grab. So there were plenty of Collingwood jumpers around that drop of the ball. And in the end, Peter Wright, essentially an uncontested mark.
Oh, God, he's been strong this year, hasn't he? He's really turned his confidence around since his form at the Gold Coast Suns, and he's now taking hits as a key forward and jumping at the ball and putting his body in harm's way. So he's been in terrific form, Peter Wright. It's a bit of friendly fire there too, Jace.
14 goals, 7 in his last 6 games, including that big 7-goal haul against the Dogs a couple of weeks ago. We'll face them again next week. Peter Wright, 30 out directly in front. And the Dons have got the first 3. We've spoken in recent weeks about what value taken with a 4th round pick in this year's draft in a trade with the Gold Coast.
What a bargain that is, isn't it, for what he's been able to produce for them. Obviously, he's had his inconsistencies at the Suns, didn't he? So maybe not worth more than that in the open market, but geez, he's been huge value for the Dons.
26 goals, 14 for the season, and just really given them a big, strong marking option.
We just lost their forward structure a little bit early here, Collingwood, and it's allowing Essendon just to set up, and too many Collingwood players are sitting in the back 50. As soon as you get that turnover or kick in, you've got to try and restructure it really quickly to get that outnumber, because what's happening, they're defending really deep. Essendon are just almost setting up that brick wall, and a great contest from Peter Wright. Mark, as you called it, friendly fire, but I think where the confidence comes, they left him in the side, so he's not going in and out of the side, so he can build his confidence here through the ruck as well.
To go out of the middle, wobbles a left foot ball inside 50, Henry. Controls it pretty well, and then massages it around the corner, and that's their first really good set shot look for the Collingwood Footy Club.
Well, this is DeGoey playing the dusty role. He's the one who starts in the centre square, bounce and then bolts off forward. You can see him here and really trying to get either a mismatch or get under the defence of Essendon. He does it really well. He gets an uncontested mark.
Has enjoyed playing under Robert Harvey, Jordan DeGoey. It's going to miss to the left. Archie Perkins back out there is good news for the Bombers.
He is back out there, JB. He was on the bench for about 7.5 minutes. He is looking a little bit proppy, though, so I'll keep an eye on him throughout the rest of the quarter.
Thanks, Abs, as Ridley brings it back into play, straight up the middle. Short and tidy to Merritt, who wants to come past and provide an option. Dylan Clark. Once again, they're happy to just work it around in the back half. Slowly take territory and methodically work it down the ground as Ridley goes to McGrath. He goes for distance. Clark stands underneath this. Madgen will arrive late. Ball bounces in the Adams' direction. Couldn't control it, but Parrish could. Merritt. Searching handball to Perkins. Now McGrath. Bombers looking sharp. Can Francis control this inside the line? He does just. Uses Hind. Off a step short, finds McGrath on the wing and then comes past for the handball receive. Has a bounce, confronted by Maynard. Tumbles a kick inside 50. Bianco couldn't control it, but receives the handball from Main. Murphy under pressure, feeds it back to Howe. He's under the pump from Waterman. Coming through hard was Guelphy. Waterman goes hard again. Smith looks for an option. Well read by Adams. Guelphy gets free, snaps goalward. Crisps back.
And then short to Taylor Adams, so having to do some pretty grim defending here. The Collingwood Footy Club. DeGoey presents for Adams, doesn't go there. Instead, he looks to Maynard, not going to get to him either. Aaron Francis did nicely.
The Essendon backs just picking everything off, aren't they? And sending it back the other way.
Motioning like he's going to have a look. It's never going to be the case. He can just dump it over the top, though, to Peter Wright.
Well, this man's definitely got the leg, doesn't he, Peter Wright? He's a big kick of the football.
One already for the big man. The set shot percentage is really good. Never going to work. Missed by a long way.
So what's the solution here for Collingwood? They're stuck in their own back half with the static ball movement.
Yeah, and they're going at 50% kicking efficiency too, JB. So it's a combination of factors for the Pies at the moment.
3 JBs working the call this afternoon.
Yes.
You'll get it right.
Get it right eventually.
That's right. Just say JB and one of us will answer.
Can't miss.
Bianco. Low kick. Almost found its way to Henry.
I think, Jason, you've got to trust your backs as well a little bit. Everyone's trying to get back and help out, but they're all just camping back 20 metres out from their goal. So Peter Wright was able to find a little hole inside forward 50, take your direct opponent, then as soon as you turn it over, it's high energy, high work rate to get back out and try and get the ball out of your back 50.
Lundy worked it nicely to Adams. Bianco then got it to Maynard. Kick inside 50 over the head of DeGoey. Turns around, takes Heppel on. Sockers towards the goal square. Stewart in best position. Gathers, spears a kick back out, but only as far as Main. 55 from home. As you can see, Bombers got numbers back to try and cover the space. There's the lead, there's the delivery, and it's perfect as he connects with Jamie Elliott.
Yeah, they've had too many opportunities when they've been able to do that. They've gone inside 50 the same amount of times as Essendon, so they've had good opportunity, but Essendon's grid defence has been working so far, so well. That's a really good lead up through that maze there of Essendon players.
Missed 8 weeks with a fractured rib, a fibula rather, in the first half of the season, but she's been a good finisher this year. Kicked 21-7. Pies need this one to settle themselves early, and Jamie Elliott delivers.
He's been a wonderful footballer, Jamie Elliott. Missed so much footy with injury, but when he plays, he reminds you very quickly of what an extraordinarily talented young man he is.
Turned 29 yesterday. Just 178 centimetres, JB, but he plays so tall, doesn't he? Makes a difficult matchup.
Well, we haven't seen the best of Jamie Elliott over the last couple of years, as you mentioned, Jace, the injuries, but he has that ability to find space inside forward 50. Some forwards can just bob up, they get their timing right, they get hit their lead at the right speed when the kicker's ready. They don't do that lead really early and run up the back of people, but good finisher, and as you mentioned, for a short guy, he can sit on some heads too.
Necessary goal for the Magpies. Slapped away from Shield, and he goes back into crisp traffic. Dangerous left leg on Crisp. That's a good ball, and Cameron gets on the end of it. Beautiful exit out of the front of the centre stoppage, and Darcy Cameron from about 20 should kick the Magpies second. Good couple of minutes for Collingwood. Cameron hits the scoreboard for the first time, and Collingwood dragged themselves back into this game. It was starting to look like it was all headed one way.
A look here for Crisp and Parrish going head-to-head through most of the day, and it's Jack Crisp. He's the one that pulls off, while actually Darcy Parrish stays around the stoppage, and it's his entry inside 50s the one that actually created that goal there. So terrific work by Jack Crisp starting from that Parrish matchup.
4-1 out of the middle at the moment for Collingwood. It's been a real strength of Essendon's in recent times, but the Magpies generating a goal from that last one. See how they go here. Elliott switched into the middle this time. He wins the football. Tumbling kick towards Thomas, fisted away by Hind and gathered by McGrath. He pops a handball to Clark, and now back to Hind. High kick towards half forward, 2-on-1 in favour of the Pies. Murphy over the top, couldn't bring it down. Smith the crumb, Heppel, Perkins from 55, delivers to a dangerous spot for Waterman. Alec Waterman. He's had his own difficult journey to get to AFL football, now making the most of it.
Yeah, he's outsized in that matchup too. He did a good job, Jimmy, going forward.
Got some serious forward craft. He's a thumping kick of the footy, and his waffle form has been super. You hear people talk about him. He's just a goal-kicking machine.
Signed a one-year extension. Let's continue with the Bombers. And he kicks their fourth. Essendon respond, margin back out to 11 points as we approach quarter time.
They've got so many talented players, young players, don't they? And he's another one of them. Waterman probably slips under the guard of most opposition, really, with all the other talent they have.
Well, a couple of times now, just off turnover or winning the contest, they've been able to catch Collingwood's defence short. So they kick over the back, it creates a one-on-one, and Waterman, as you mentioned, he catches opposition off guard because he's that new role in footy, the third tall. If you put it too tall of a bloke, he's got some smarts at ground level, but if you go short, he's too big of a body in those marking contests.
Down in the path of not only Stringer but De Goey. What about those two massive bodies? Here is De Goey. Thumping ball inside 50. Ginnivan just couldn't get a handle. It was a hot footy. And over it goes.
All right, Brody, Sam, thank you. Dropping here. Sam. Sam's up.
Forward 50 stoppage for Collingwood. Jordan De Goey and then Heppel, and football's out.
see Jordan De Goey. He wants to fly through these forward 50 stoppages and get down the end of one of those long hits.
Pies dominating clearances at the moment, 8-3. It's been Essendon's strong suit, as we mentioned, over the last 6 weeks. Grundy couldn't get a hand on this one. Laverty, McGrath, Heppel and now Hind. Scrubby left foot kick only as far as Adams. He went looking for Howe. The handball missed its target. Francis growing in confidence by the week.
Guys, it's interesting to watch the matchup with Darcy Parish. You mentioned Crisp starting on him at the centre bounce, but it's actually Jay Rantel, the young guy in just his 5th AFL game. He'll start inside their forward arc, and then as soon as that ball goes up, he runs directly for Parish. He made his debut, did Rantel, in the Anzac Day game, but a big job for him this afternoon nonetheless.
Well, he's an incredible runner, Abs, Jay Rantel. Smashed the 2K time trial record by 14 seconds, so he'll be able to go with Darcy Parish all day long.
Good pick-up, Ab. He's only had 3 possessions to Darcy Parish, which is way down on his normal productivity. Long ball inside 50 here for Collingwood. Ginnivan at the back. Dacos taken high. Josh Dacos right there. I don't think there's too much arguing going on. So
thank you.
Late in his first term, he can go back and slot Collingwood's 3rd.
15 gone.
Keep him in touch with the Bombers. Kicks truly. Done well to hang in.
It's been an entertaining game, hasn't it? It's been back and forth, and both teams scoring well and free. And actually, one thing Collingwood are doing is finding their options inside 50 much better than they did in the first half of this quarter. They've had the 11 inside 50, so they're getting more opportunity than the Dons.
Well, the battle between Brodie Grundy and Draper has been fascinating early, because we're looking at all the attacking mids trying to get on the bolt at the moment, and they're playing a bit of cat and mouse. Brodie Grundy loves to come all the way back at boundary throw-ins and ball-ups and try and suck you into a foot race there. It's opening up some space for the Collingwood mids to get on the bolt, but also we know how dangerous Essendon's mids are away from a stoppage.
And Grundy has gone to the bench as the umpire goes to the deck.
You've got both mids having someone that's going to play in the midfield, then run forward, and then you've got half forwards coming up that are playing on mids, as Abby mentioned before, with Rantel coming off a forward line to tag Parish.
There is Parish. Handball ricocheted to Stringer, and just with strength managed to shake off side bottom and finds Durham. Another of these emerging youngsters. Thought about drawing Ginnivan and goes himself on the left. Inside 50 to Francis, not quite, couldn't hang on. McGrath. Clark immediately tackled. The Bombers are set up for a stoppage 40 metres from goal.
Darcy.
Cameron down to Smith. Lots of room, Dev Smith. Just dragged it around too far. Imagine straight up the middle. Howe, and that's going to be 50.
Don't come from behind the mark like that. Up to the next umpire.
Fascinates me that you can't come from behind the mark, and yet you see it 30 times a weekend.
Again.
You did it again.
50 metres.
You can see that unfolding.
So now they're going to go coast to coast via 50-metre penalties.
All from the one man to Waterman. Maybe he forgot the first one. It was only a few seconds earlier, but yeah, it's a very clear rule. You can't do it. But you're right, JB. It does happen a lot throughout the weekend, not going unpunished.
So to go, he's straight in front. Should punish them, and he does. Yeah, just watch it a lot. Players come from behind and stand the mark, and you think back to your umpire briefing at the start of the year and you think, I'm sure they said you're not allowed to do that. And then suddenly you're not allowed to do it. Good result for Collingwood.
Must have been the Saturday night memo, because we normally see the free kicks they focus on Friday night footy, and you're right, JB, they do give a bit of leeway with that one coming from behind the mark, especially this year with the stand on the mark rule. They've allowed players to come in and stand on the mark, but just Waterman, if you didn't learn from the first one,
he
10
did
seconds.
It 3 times. The middle one should have been paid as well.
Scores level. Minute and a half left in the opening term. Cameron the tap. Merritt the crump. Off to Parrish. Pushes it wide. Nice kick. Finds Clark. Merritt comes sweeping past. Draper sets himself deep. Waterman there as well. Heads in that direction. Big pack underneath this one. Nicely read at the back by Madgen. Good hands off balance as well. Short to Roughhead. All one-on-ones down the line. Henry presents. Pressure came from Stewart. Henry, good body work on Durham. Taken by Dacos. Ginnivan. Chris back to Ginnivan. Good smother. Pressure came from Redmond. Opens the door here for Smith. Has got a man on the inside. Pops it over the top to Redmond. Into an open goal. Good pressure from the Bombers. Force the turnover. They capitalise and regain the lead.
Built off the back of more pressure. Essendon doing a terrific job at front half turnover and giving themselves opportunity through pressure. Just that smother there, terrific. Creates the opportunity for Dev Smith, and then a great finish as well. Good anticipation and went high. No, we go low, so good finish.
Well done again by Redmond and Stewart. They're 60 metres out from their goal, putting defensive pressure and still joining in the attack as well.
Recall bounce, and Cameron jumps into Draper, who avoided him and took the ball cleanly, but straight to Dacos. Going to play with his brother next year. And that's exciting, all Collingwood fans.
Stand.
Best and fairest winner, Jordan Ridley. Wonderful football, a long ball for him down the line. Howe with a fly. McGrath back to playing great footy, and that's terrific as well. Dev Smith. Lovely delivery for Waterman.
Siren sounds.
First term. Sunday afternoon at the MCG. It's the...
Alright, I had to mute the audio because I don't want to get copyright claimed. But, what a game. 2 50-meter penalties by Essendon, so Collingwood saw De Goey kicking that goal. Alright, just doing something real quick. Sorry, we'll see a black screen for a second. Alright, there we go. Alright. Waiting for the second quarter. So you guys see the scoreboard there? Essendon by, I think it was 6 points. Let me see. Yeah, 6 points. Alright. Don't self-promote. Do not self-promote, bro. I won't be, Ant. I don't know, because all my friends don't stream the footy. Is this illegal? No. How is this illegal if I purchase a subscription? Explain to me, and I'll tell you if you're correct, or I'll tell you if you're wrong. Like to hear your response.
And buy your virtual green and gold seat. And guys, I cannot wait for the Paralympics to kick off on Tuesday.
Agreed, Ab. Can't wait either. The wheelchair rugby team based at the hangar out at Tullamarine. They play their first game Wednesday against Denmark. It's going to be fantastic.
You guys
the
are watching
coming up this week.
I purchased a
quarter time. It's Essendon by 6 points. Gentlemen, what did you make of the opening term?
So
it was entertaining opening term. A lot of scoring, which is really good. Good to see Collingwood get back on the board in the second half of that quarter. Devon Smith running hot for Essendon. 10 touches. Really big first quarter.
All right. Enjoy the second quarter. We'll be back at halftime.
Good day for it. Nothing to lose, really,
I'll be
for
keeping
either
an eye
club.
on the chat.
Bombers know they're in.
Here we go.
And Collingwood can just freewheel. And there's a man that's good at freewheeling. Dacos kicks straight to Guelphy. Almost Perkins in the air. Main, final game for him. Wilson. Long ball. The sun sort of grabbed everyone there a little. We're going to have a ball up out of side.
Hideman and Hind doing battle on the deck. There's the disposal numbers. Essendon clearly dominating the uncontested possession, spreading the bet up, using the space and being denied it themselves. And once again,
straight back there.
Bombers prevent Collingwood breaking clear. This time it's Clark. Lays the tackle on Murphy and is rewarded. Short to Shield.
Stand.
Chips down the line to Francis. Madgen over the top. Main off hands. Back to Madgen. Has to be quick with the hands to Crisp. Feeds it to Grundy. Avoids one tackle. Nailed in the second. Turnover comes. Perkins. Stringer. Fends off Grundy. Wants an option. Bends it across the body to a dangerous position. Important hand in there from Roughhead. Dacos's hands are a little slick for Crisp. He can control it, and the Pies can exit through to Goey.
Running on is Crisp. He's got a great engine. And a low dart for Hoskin Elliott. That's going to be chopped off. In fact, should have been Snelling. Rare handling error from him. Well done by Waterman. Hard running off half-back Cutler. Nothing to go to, though, so he's got to hold. And then right in the air, broken up. Madgen's got to get back, and he's got to be clean. Howe from Roughhead, and then the left foot around the body ball is going to be cut off.
It's Cutler. Tall winger above his head. Nice delivery as well to Waterman. It's the prototype for the modern winger, isn't it, Jimmy? Good above the head, good user. This time he finds Alec Waterman.
And willing to take the game forward. He's a meters game player. They look for, tuck it under the arm, long kicking winger, can go back and play half-back depending on matchups as well. But just here we see Collingwood behind the goals. They're all trying to get back out and help again, and just a little bit of a communication breakdown, and Waterman's able to pop up in the hole.
Chance to kick his second of the afternoon and re-establish a little buffer here for the Bombers. And he does just that. Alec Waterman gets his second. Essendon lead by 2 straight kicks early going second term. Signed to the Bombers list after kicking 4 goals in a practice game against Carlton, was brought in to train with the team over the summer. Sealed his spot, got himself a 1-year deal, and has done enough in his 13 games to get an extension.
It's a great intercept there by Cutler, but you can see Collingwood's defence are all running to get right back to goal to try and help out that longer kick, and then just that lower the eyes, really good option there by Cutler to find Waterman. So really poor defence, really poor communication by the Collingwood backs. Interestingly, Darcy Parry starting on the bench this quarter for Essendon.
Grundy jumps into Draper. Draper went and found it ground level. Stringer, McGrath, beautiful hands. Stringer gets on the end of it. Thumping ball is sprayed a long way right.
So aggressive out of the middle, aren't they, the Bombers? Just streaming forward. If one of them wins it, they are off to the races, as Howe goes short to Madgen. They've already had a power of work to do in this first quarter and a bit. This is Maynard. Cameron presents against Stewart, gets hands to it and hauls it in on the second grab. It's the 45 kick to Adams. Pies looking for a bit of flow here, and Adams just manages to scoot away. Stubs the kick. De Goey gathers cleanly. Links up with Howe. He can switch to the opposite side of the ground and finds Murphy, southern wing. Murphy chips to 50. Wilson has to stand underneath it, and does. And Tom Wilson, 24-year-old, playing his 4th AFL game. Delivers it inside 50 and finds Murphy.
That's what you want to see from Collingwood. They love to play that kick mark possession game out of half-back, and at least they kept the ball moving forward. So they're forcing the Essendon defence to keep shifting. You take the ball off the line, even with the miss kick through the middle from Adams. You keep taking the ball off the line. The defence has to keep adjusting. They can't get proactive and intercept the footy.
Late bloomer Nathan Murphy, talented junior cricketer, Australian under-19 level before turning his attention to football. Makes good contact there. Does it stay inside the post? It does not. Clatters off the upright.
Redmond to bring it back in here for the Bombers. A lot of carry on that ball, all the way past Maynard to the wing.
Brody, Sam, get here.
Darcy Parish making his way out onto the ground. And Rantel going straight to him. Side bottom. So creative by hand and foot. Across the ground ball. It's got a bounce from Madgen. It didn't quite. Waterman broke it up. Durham, nice ball for Dev Smith. He's going to thump the handball on, and this is nice and easy. Stringer hits the scoreboard. First two of this second term for the Bombers, and both of them worryingly easy from a Collingwood point of view.
Here's Devon Smith again, bursting forward, getting clear from the clearance, and then also right at the end, that man Jakey Stringer playing the dusty roll, gets the handball over the top in the goal square.
Well, just a skill error coming across the ground, but good defence from Essendon. They still pushed up. They forced, Sidebomb to make a very difficult kick, 50 metres across the ground. It missed, but again, forward half turnovers. That's been the big shift in Essendon this year. They've been trying to defend and take the ball off the opposition a lot higher, which gives you easier looks on goal if you can turn it over.
It's a danger time here for the Pies. Margin out to 17 points. Can they respond? Need to start winning some clearances in this second term. Draper just laid it at the feet of Snelling. McGrath went down and found it, coughed it up. Elliott and Thomas combined. Sweeping through was Merritt again. Stringer, Smith. He goes short and finds Wright. And they just stream forward in numbers, don't they?
Yeah, it's just happening a bit too easy at the moment from the clearances for Essendon, linking up by hand. They're so fluent and efficient from these clearance situations. They pressure up, they win the ball back, and there's Jake Stringer again, starting in that centre square role and then bolting forward. Smart play there by Smith to lower his eyes to Peter Wright.
See Stringer at the back of the stoppage, just waiting to see whether or not they won possession, and then they all just took off, and Peter Wright kicks his second. So on the blink of an eye, the Bombers are out to a 23-point lead. They've kicked 3 quick goals in this second term.
It was Devon Smith again getting involved in the chain there too, Jace, with Jake Stringer.
Well, Lepper's highlighted this quite a number of times. The Stringer just looks at the numbers. There's far too many numbers in there. If he goes in, you're not going to affect the contest. So the next best way, and you've touched on this, Lepper, he pushes hard forward. So give yourself a bit of distance. You've got the outer circle covered. You can be that defensive player, but you're the first release. So as soon as Essendon win, they can look up. The congestion's already cleared. You're in a dangerous position.
3 in a row in this second term. 4 in a row in the game now for the Bombers. Side bottom wobbles it outside of the boot to Goey. Did that brilliantly to Thomas. Short one for Henry. Not gone far enough. Elliott floats it straight to Durham, who's back in the hole. Gives it to James Stewart. He goes wide. And a free kick. He's going to go Collingwood's way.
8th touch coming up for Madgen's been busy. Got a lot of work to do. It's an option to present. In the Grundy direction. Draper with a fist. To go, he tried to burst through the traffic, but can't do so. Essendon got the jump in the opening term, and Collingwood managed to settle the ship. Can they do it again here? Grundy the tap. To go, he couldn't quite control it. Durham tried to burst through. Bianco. Rantel, of course, right on top of Darcy Parish.
Well done. Straight up, straight up, straight up.
The niggle between those two continues. Draper to Parish, that was slick hands to Merritt, beautifully worked. Floating kick towards the middle. And Perkins has it, adjacent to the centre circle. Numbers streaming past on both sides. Bounces the kick, a little awkward for Guelphy, takes on Madgen, scoots away, delivers long inside 50. Waterman sets himself off his hands, over the back from Maynard. He's under pressure, pops a handball to side bottom. Got to be quick to Howe, and is Noble, Main, and they work it out through Murphy.
Long ball from Murphy. Elliott at the back, just has to break it up, and then Henry, by hand, coughs it up. Well represented here, the Bombers. There's Parish, some hard running. Just missed the target of Snelling, and the ball goes over.
Down here.
Fascinating first final. Essendon, the Western Bulldogs. Dogs haven't won a final since they won the grand final. And dare I bring it up with so many Essendon fans watching, but the Bombers haven't won one since 2004. That is going to be a beauty. Side bottom, Main. Noble. Forward pressure's been elite from the Bombers. Crisp. Stripped to the footy, holding the ball.
Essendon. We are.
It's Dyson Heppel.
To line, stand. Clear out, stand.
And 55 just pops it up to the top of the square. Here goes Wright again. And he's such a weapon. Provides that big marking target. You can just kick it high and long. He goes up and grabs it.
Well, he's just been the dominant player on the ground in the forward 50, hasn't he? Collingwood have done a lot of good things this quarter. Lead the disposals, lead the contested possession, but it's key moments like this is where they're getting done. And Peter Wright, this man's standing up, and he's really turning his career around. It's quite impressive.
For his third goal. And the Bombers are away. Margin out to 29 points midway through the second term, and Peter Wright kicks his third. His career best season was 2017 when he played every game and kicked 31 goals for the year. He's fast approaching that now. He's up to 28.
Just look at this work behind the goals. Peter Wright push off, gets a run at the footy, and there's nothing that Roughhead can do about it. Just that extra bit of body work. Uses his long arms to get up. Trying to get some support from Howe, but just too big and strong. And now he gets to go back in the ruck work and give him some inspiration and try and get him started there, Peter Wright.
29 points. It's starting to get a bit concerning here for Collingwood. Well done, Adams, and now side bottom they get a forward 50 entry. Ginnivan taken out of it. Green grass, the ball's going to land. It's Dacos first back onto it, but had to absorb a tackle. Handball was good. Wilson. The kick's going to go straight to the man we've been talking about.
So right at defensive 50. He's right at defensive 50. And he goes short to Hind.
Stand.
We'll get it again here, Peter.
He's the option down the line, Jimmy. Over the top came Cameron to at least effect a spoil. At ground level right, tried to flip it in the Guelphy direction. Taken in a tackle by Rantel. Great hands from Parish, Wright, McGrath, all involved. Hind's going to get run down. Sensed it, got rid of it quickly to Cutler. Bombers now look to expand laterally. This is Redmond in the centre. Has got Stewart running from behind. Essendon high on confidence. Takes on to go. He drops the football. Manages to wriggle free. Quick snap inside 50 and the Pies can cut it off once again. It's Madgen.
Short to Adams.
It's just a bit of a difference in the way these two sides actually then take the ball after turning over the half-back. We see Stewart and Redmond and these guys getting up to the middle of the ground, trying almost moving their bubble further up the ground, where Collingwood defenders just staying back a little bit too much.
Wilson from Hoskin Elliott to centre half forward. Henry, impressive young player. That's nice over the top to Thomas. Best ball movement from the Maggies all day.
Got the ball through the midfield and kept it in the midfield, which forces Essendon just to, you can only defend, can't you, Leper? You're just backpedaling, you turn your back to the game, you're just scrambling, looking for direct opponents. If Collingwood won that ball in the middle, then swung it out wide, you give all the Essendon defence and midfield a chance to readjust.
Josh Thomas for his first of the day and Collingwood's first of this second term, and they need it. That's a good kick. First goal of the term for the Magpies, and it comes from Josh Thomas. 101 goals in his 122 games, so he knows how to do that bit.
Well, here's that build-up Jimmy was talking about. Great run off half-back, and then you lower your eyes. And when you're in the middle of the defence, what it means is the defenders don't know where they go. Left, right, forward, back. So you can see the Essendon defenders all at sea because the ball's coming through the centre of their defensive work. They want to get them to the left or right of the field, but great work by Collingwood using the middle of the ground there.
Right against Grundy. Grundy tried to get it to DeGoey. It's picked up by Adams. Back to Grundy. High towards half forward. Cutler and Ginnivan. Cutler had body position. Ginnivan held on.
Pretty good player, this guy, Tom Cutler. He's really built his career over the last month, and he's now an important player off halfback, I think, for Essendon.
Punches it wide. Heppel goes up. Advantage will be paid. Bombers want to move it quickly through Parrish. Delivers inside 50. Right comes over the top. Front and centre was Howe. Handball missed the target. Snelling weaves. Hands off. Clark couldn't control it. Francis crashes through. Noble comes over the top. It spills out towards Merritt. He tries to beat the Thomas tackle. Can't do so. Throws it. Thomas. And scrambling defence from the Pies.
Thank you.
Just going far enough to Noble. Imagine down the line to Elliott.
Play on, play on. Play on.
Hoskin Elliott. Out the back, Cameron's in good position. Big stretch.
Mark. Stand. Give it on, play on.
Call to go. Where does he go? Just a long one. Murphy's got a couple to beat in the air. Laverty kept it in. Clark. Parrish had the umpire to deal with. Looping handball here for Shield. And that misses its target. Roughhead comes in and breaks it up, and then they've got to shovel it back. Another turnover. Dev Smith gets on the end of it, a couple of bounces. He's got Perkins running for him, doesn't use him, and comes back to Merritt.
Merritt pokes his way through. Francis can get it and go from 55. Drives it to Snelling, who got goal side of Noble. And once again, the Bombers in position to punish the Collingwood turnover. They pressure. They force the turnover, and then they capitalise, and Will Snelling has become a useful player. Adds another. Having a really solid season, Will Snelling. Came into this Essendon club midway through 2019 in the mid-season draft. He's played 19 games this season, averaging 18 touches a game, and he's kicked 12 goals as well. Really found a niche for himself.
See Ollie Henry just get checked there on the lead, and got up holding his shoulder there, but the ball movement again from the Bombers, they've been able to punish the Pies off turnover. We keep highlighting it, but that's the 8th goal off turnover. And because you get out and you're trying to help an attack and then you turn the footy over, no one's in a good position to come over and help out defend, or you can't slow the ball movement down.
Bounce is coming back. Henry still feeling it. Beautifully down from Grundy, and then he just extricates himself. Hoskin Elliott, a floater. Cameron underneath. The ball did well. Held his opponent off and took a really clever mark.
That's your line.
Big Peter right at one end doing the job, and now this man down the other taking a couple of big marks. So
actually a bigger man, which is astounding when you look at the centimetres. Don't think anyone's going to be bigger than Peter Wright. Cameron's 204. For his second of the game, directly in front. Drag to the left.
Cutler with the kick in. Here's what he has in front of him. Players tracking towards the members' side of the ground. He finds Laverty in a little bit of space. Can now go long down the line. Francis to provide the marking target. Clark was deft. Down to McGrath. Feeds it back to Smith, who's been everywhere. Now through to Waterman. He's confronted, so can use Snelling. The Bombers have just running in waves right now with such confidence to just take off and push forward. This time Shield does retreat because the numbers dictate it. So he goes back to Laverty and allows for a patient setup. Laverty to Francis, got 4 to compete with in the air. Main at ground level, off to Adams. Retreats to Bianco. Bends it down the line cleverly and finds DeGoey. He looks inside quickly to Rantel. He'll look up and see mainly Essendon jumpers inside 50, so they'll have to take their time. Wait for the numbers to get back. Bianco does not do that. And so Ridley cuts it off.
And that's that Essendon defence again behind the ball. Always have that spare deep to make sure that any fast play, there's a man in the road and stopping any Collingwood attack.
Henry off the ground, Ab.
He is. So we saw that big hit earlier in the quarter. He's come off the ground, really holding that right shoulder. They've gone straight down to the rooms. Medical subs warming up, but I'll keep an eye on him.
1v2 out of side. Durham unable to hang on, ball in.
Sam, Brady, down here.
Grundy and Draper. Stringer. Little play on the ball. Maynard tried to bullock his way through.
Essendon.
Had no joy.
Straight up now. Let him up. Stand.
Snelling. Dylan Shield.
Outside 5.
Chip it around and find Hind.
Stand.
Late stages of this first half, content to maintain possession. Now the long one. Taken under the footy was Francis. Ground level representation here with Collingwood, although that handball missed its target. Crisp came through. Fighting for it is Merritt. Thumped it into an open area. Cutler's taken in the side bottom tackle. Strong through the hips. Released the ball, and now we've got a locked up footy about 50 from home.
We've touched on it a fair bit throughout the game, is Essendon's ability to score off turnover. But what it allows you to do is get the ball in the channel, 30 to 35 metres out within the goals. And that's why they can be so accurate in front of goals. 7 straight.
Stringer so creative with that slap to Snelling. It didn't come off. Adams up the middle. Aggressive kick. DeGoey comes out to meet it. Can't control it. Cutler tackled by side bottom. Can't get the arms free. Umpire says play on. Collingwood ball. DeGoey. Received from Hoskin Elliott, puts it into the path of Bianco, looks up, has a man working hard. Elliott just a little bit too much on the kick. Bombers have got numbers back. Stewart, Ridley, McGrath, thought about the give, and then just turns Cameron around to a one-on-one. Francis with the sit, takes the mark over Madgen. Becoming such an important piece of the puzzle, Aaron Francis. Kick inboard was bold, it was turned over, and Ginnivan, lovely touch, finds Elliott just outside 50. Weighted the kick beautifully. Elliott's kick, unfortunately, for Collingwood fans, is cut off. Stewart in the way.
McGrath.
Stand.
Been happy to do this the last minute or two. The Bombers just flip it around and hang on to the ball. 28 points is comfortable for them. Minute to half time. Smith measures that beautifully to Redmond.
Stand.
Mason Redmond. Right. Elevated with just the one arm, and the football goes over.
They've got so many modes to their ball movement, Essendon. They like to switch the ball. At times they'll go slow, and then they're happy to take the contest when they need to, too, because that's a really effective method for them also.
So precise with their ball movement. They've been the best in the comp for efficiency over the last month or so. Third for the season. Confident to pick their way through opposition traffic. Here's Merritt. Shield tries to link up with Parrish. Crisp gets in the way for the Pies. Flips it over the top. 30 seconds remaining in the second term. Adams leaves it behind. Here's Shield. Stewart to Stringer. Just throws it on the boot, gets it inside 50. Wilson's got to stand underneath it as Wright arrives. Ginnivan tried to tap it to Dacos. Durham did so effectively to Francis. Hind off a step. Can he find an option? Wright goes back and plucks another. He'll have the final kick of the first half and a chance to boot his fourth.
And the knock-on from Durham to get it on the outside was absolutely fantastic.
All right, it is going to be a shot on goal from Peter White.
In some informed forwards, particularly big forwards, can do so much damage in a hotly contested game, and Peter Wright has his tail up. This for his fourth of the opening half.
Just to kick this. It's a goal.
Gets it.
All right, half time. So what we are going to do now, guys, since it's half time, it's going to be a bit longer. We are going to be playing a game. So let me just check what time half time ends. I can just put the timer up. Okay, let's see what time. Four 46. 6. Alright. Got it. Move this here. Move that here. Okay. We launch. Yo, William, I'm just gonna give you a warning, bro. As I said from the start, like when I message you, alright? I just swiped by. Alright. I gave this kid many chances, and I know it's some I know it's DX and or TJ who's making that account, so I think I know who this guy is. Yo, TJ, if it's you, bro, or DX, alright, with that William account, alright, I want you to get lost. Because what you did to me, like, for a long time now, you're just being like a little bitch. And you're so scared to talk to me, so, yeah. I already know it's you because you've been making accounts on my channel a lot lately. So, if it's not DX, and if it's TJ, you get the fuck out of my stream. Alright? Have fun, go and, where's my, okay. Go and be with your freaking e-girl that you have right now. And get the hell out of my stream. Cause I know it's not the William. I know it's not you know, that's not like that's the William account, but I already know who this guy is. Because let's be honest, there's two reasons as to why I think, you know, it's him, alright? First thing is, why does he always be toxic in the chat, alright? Always wants to pick on people and to be toxic. Because let's be honest, DX always does that, alright? Second of all, it also might be TJ, because how else will it be then if he's saying about hacking and stuff? So it's obviously either DX or TJ, but whoever it is on that William account, get the fuck out of my stream. And if it's you, TJ, go and be with your girlfriend and don't come in my stream, because what you did to Job, Jaden, all those other people that I know, is that you're acting like a piece of shit. Actually being rude to a freaking 12 or 13-year-old kid. And it's actually very good that Isaac roasted you, because you're just being like, you're behind with a screen. That's all you do. You just play Fortnite 24/7. So yeah, if it's either those two people that I mentioned, get the fuck out of my stream. Because I had enough of these kids who have been arguing with my friends, being toxic and just harassing my friends. So you just get the fuck out of my stream. For the people who are supporting me and stuff like that, thank you. And I'm gonna ban that William account. I don't know why I timed him out. I already know it's TJ, and I already know it's DX, either of those accounts. Whoever it is, get out of my stream. Because I know, because Elliot told me.
I'm in the car.
Yo, Joe.
What?
Yo, you know the...
Jacob, kill me! Why'd you kill me, Jacob?
You know
Jacob, why'd you kill me?
I'm
What? Jacob, kill me! Jacob, what did you say?
So the some guy named William NA123.
Yeah.
The William NA123. You know the guy who was in my chat.
Yeah.
It's either yeah, I know who it is who's in the account. It's either DX or TJ, because he's been like being toxic to other people in my chat. And then
There's a really high chance it is TJ.
It's TJ. I just told him to get the F on my stream. He said because I already know that it's him. Because why is he talking about hacking and stuff? It's also very stupid though that he's been like harassing Jaden, saying that he was gonna slap him. It's obviously him.
Jacob, that only one wanna say?
What?
Oh, you died? I didn't even know. Okay, Jacob killed you. Okay, I come.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll invite you, Diego.
I thought you said you can't.
Obviously, it's obviously pathetic that when I say like he's been like always been in my chat and always starting causing problems. Like ever since I've not been friends with him for a couple of months now, he's been like a little bitch. Go have fun with your freaking e-girl and go and kiss or do something, or have some sex or something. I don't know. Obviously, you're not normal.
TJ's not normal. Is that what you said?
Piece of shit. Yeah.
Do you want to play or no?
Yes, I want to play. That's why we joined you in the first place.
But I thought you.
Oh, just come on, hurry up. Let's play. Ready up. Just ready up.
Okay.
Alright, well, we got that out of the way, guys. I had to say that.
Essendon, good job.
It's been annoying me for a long time now, and I have the right to say something. If you do not like what I said, alright, and if you want to dislike or whatever and make the stream, I don't really care if you want to leave. But that's all I have to say. Go ahead.
It's okay.
Other way though, the finals fixture has been announced, so we're gonna show you guys this image right here. Here it is, the finals.
He did. Well, Melbourne is gonna win.
So you can see the finals
Who's
here,
Western
guys.
Bulldogs versing? Who's Western Bulldogs versing? Is that Essendon?
Yeah, versing Bulldogs.
So, Melbourne and Brisbane, so they'll be versing. I don't know when they'll be versing, but that's who they're versing. If either of those teams win, they'll be in the premium, and whoever loses will be in that side. So,
Western Bulldogs
either whoever wins this one, Bulldogs or Essendon.
You go join the chat.
They're from Tigerland.
Where's my controller?
See us with
I can't even concentrate. Hold on. Okay, I just moved them. Okay, so Melbourne and Brisbane. So, what do you know who's gonna be versing? Either of those teams win, they'll be in the premium finals, which will be in that slot. Alright, on the second slot. You can see the win there. And then if Brisbane win, alright, or lose, sorry, whoever loses will be in the losing side. And they'll either whoever wins the Western Bulldogs or Essendon will verse Brisbane, alright? Sydney and Giants, whoever wins this will be versing the losing side of Port and Geelong. And if Port or Geelong win, if Geelong win or Port win, they'll be in the premiums. If Port Adelaide loses or Geelong loses, they'll be versing whoever wins the Giants and the Sydney Swans game. Alright, so that's the finals fixture. It's already in the AFL website. So the fixtures will be announced later tonight. But as I said from before, guys, at the start of the stream, I said that I won't be streaming the finals. But good luck to those teams that you can see whoever is versing. But if they either lose, if they lose on the first slot or the slot on the losing side, they can basically go in the premiums. So, for example, Brisbane and Western Bulldogs, alright? Brisbane is the loss, and Bulldogs basically won, alright? If Essendon loses, they won't be in the finals. They'll be out of the finals. So if Bulldogs win, they will verse Geelong or Port, and basically that's what's gonna happen. And you can see other other spots as that as well. So Sydney, For example, will be in the first swap, and then if Port or Geelong win, if Port loses, they'll versus Sydney, and then either who, let's see, if Sydney beats Port, Sydney will then go and verse either Melbourne or Brisbane. And if if Giants lost, if they lose to Sydney, they won't be in the finals. They'll be kicked out. And yeah, so that's basically what teams will be in the finals. So good luck to them. And yeah, so it will start next week, next Friday. So I heard that Port and Geelong, I think Port might go do it at Adelaide Oval, and we still don't know if the grand final will be played. I can't even speak today, at the MCG, but the government officials will talk about that when it comes to hand because of the COVID situation. So yeah, that's the finals fixture, and it's gonna be pretty exciting. I'm gonna change it back now to this here, but if you want more info, guys, of the finals, blah blah blah, I'll show you guys before the third quarter starts. So it might be a bit late. I'll show you guys where to find it.
And do something.
Bro, I'm teaming.
What's the nearest supporter creator code? I support PLANTEDJACOB. Creator not found.
Oh my god.
I thought Jacob had a creator code. Oh yeah, he
Bro,
needs 1,000 subs.
What is this lag?
I'm trying to clip you. Who wants to?
Can't even move.
Isaac, one you want?
Yeah, because Isaac put it to Asia servers.
Wait, accidentally. Bro, I accidentally entered the freaking game.
I'm on OC, so fuck.
No, the party leader has to be on OC servers, not other people. They're not party leader.
I want to support.
Wait, let me switch. Don't start the game.
Charles.
You have to back out and switch it back.
Who the freak started the game? Whoever started the game sucks.
Bro.
Oh, stop.
Why you can't say who the fuck?
You're gonna back out, right? So I wanna kill you.
He's not.
I'm not backing out.
Obviously, you're dumb, man. You think that I'm backing out.
I
So.
don't get my gun, no soul.
Okay, I won't kill you. I won't kill you.
I really think Melbourne will win. Melbourne loses.
If Melbourne loses, you need a
Oh
cry
my
your butt off, okay? You need a cry
Why
your
is this
butt off.
Fortnite? Because if I want to play
Promise to cry
Fortnite,
about
I want
that.
to, bro. Alright? However, the game will be starting shortly, so just be patient.
I'm dodging so many.
Oh, you're getting a gun trigger.
Please, my clutch don't happen.
This is half time, bro.
Hello, Diego.
Coach.
I'm better than Diego.
Then kill him.
Yeah, my internet. What is my?
Kill him.
I can't.
Fucking bitch, bro.
I'll kill Isaac for you.
What is this?
I'm a rhino, Isaac.
I'm your biggest one.
Why does it keep opening tabs?
Because
Oh my god.
Mother free. Wait, okay.
You find a heavy sniper?
Yeah, it's right here. It's right
Finally!
here.
Oh my god.
Like right there.
It was.
Here.
Where? Where is it?
I'm off it. Here.
Oh my.
long do we have?
Thank you for boosting me. I really did.
There go help. Let's go. I didn't even mean to hit that.
Bro, my bad. Oh my.
It's like I'm on 180 ping, but
that's what we always get. So you should try it.
I'm not trying it. My FPS is on freaking 15.
Bro, what the fuck?
Bro, are we teaming or something?
So do we.
No, we're not. No, we're not teaming.
With who?
I'm teaming with Diego.
No teaming.
What the hell is YouTube unknown?
This bottom, rest of the footy.
Jacob is low.
Oh my god. I'm up B.
And Isaac's low.
Bro.
Isaac's good.
Bro, it's whenever I shoot, it's so delayed.
Bro. Bro, why?
If you guys think I'm lying, look at the net bug D stats. You can see the.
Then how do you kill me? Kill a guy with less
Bro, I'm on 15 FPS and it's like freaking trash computer.
Why is it so delayed?
When I play it on my normal servers, it doesn't. Besides, the footy's gonna suck anyways, so I'm gonna back out.
Wait, what the? Why is it so delayed?
I'm backing out because I'm gonna play the footy. So.
Wait. I'm not back out because I'm gonna stream the rest of the
leaving.
Yeah.
Back out.
See ya.
Diego, are you gonna?
Sorry about that, guys. I'm on PC. I'm not on Xbox. The only thing I have is a PS5. That's it. My brother does have an Xbox, but not on not PS5. I have PS5. He has Xbox. I use it time to time. Alright, if you guys want to find of how I found that information before we watch the third quarter, this one. Yeah, I'll give you guys the link in a second. I'll give you guys the link, but hold on, I just need to get back the footy on.
Yeah. Saw collarbone or shoulder in that opening half.
He's still holding it, Jay, so he's very clearly in quite a bit of pain with that shoulder.
Copy that link real quick.
Inside 50 off the hands of Grundy. Howe at the back. Off to DeGoey. He works it with Murphy, has to go back and find it himself. Now DeGoey, Murphy again. Pressure continues to be.
That's where I found that information.
By this Bomber defensive zone, they find a way through as Thomas goes to Dacos, just off the back of the square.
Well, they have to go wide because they've got nothing to go to up ahead with all the Collingwood players pushing back in defence.
Diego, can you make sure
down the line looking for
Cameron? Just watch the chat.
Stewart right by his shoulder.
If TJ
Durham
comes back,
tidies up to Snelling
in the stream.
And they combine again.
If he types in chat, spam him.
Shield to Stringer. And he'll attack a one-on-one.
Enjoy the third quarter, guys.
Wolfie. It'll bounce for the Bomber.
He'll
try to turn Noble. Pops a handball over the top. Heppel offers some run for behind. Flat-footed Parrish had to get rid of it quickly. Did so to Snelling. Now Stringer from 65 will load up towards the square. Smith sets himself. And Devon Smith, we mentioned his scoring capacity has gone up significantly since he's playing that mid-half forward role. Chance to kick his second this afternoon.
Well, he's gone back to the role that he played to start his career, really, that high half forward. He knows how to find it inside forward 50, really good front and square, and I think that's because of the emergence of Darcy Parish and others in the midfield.
So Devon Smith, and the Bombers are 9 straight from set shots. They've been taking their chances. They've kicked 12 goals too, and their lead is out to 40 points. It's been an interesting shuffle. The injection of Stringer, the rise of Parrish, less reliance on the likes of Smith and Merritt and Shield. Good spread through the midfield.
Well, they've kicked 9 goals, 1 of their 12 goals, 2 from this sort of play, this turnover play where they just get caught, Collingwood defensively. But great work by Devon Smith to get out the back. And when that happens, the defender often has to turn his head. He starts clutching, looking for you. And that's when you can come back at the ball. So terrific ball movement again by the Essendon Footy Club.
Goals off turnover doesn't allow the opposition to get set and force you wide. So you get him in that easier channel to kick.
Brilliant from Grundy to Adams. That's nicely stuck into the path of Henry. You can see that shoulder's still impeding him somewhat, but it's an exciting young player.
He's got some serious athletic traits, and I like when Collingwood play him a bit higher so he can actually use the backspace and lead. I know he's got the shoulder injury today, so I'll probably keep him deep, but I think his best footy's when he's almost come up to the half-forward line and moved back inside forward 50.
Just 19 years of age. It's a long ball, but it's drifting right.
Sometimes with those guys who saw that mid-height and they've got athleticism, they love to play him out of the goal square the whole entire time, just coming at the footy. Being a young player, you're going to play on really mature guys who can take that space. Let's see if he plays up higher, he can use his athleticism to find some space going back inside forward 50.
And one of the big positives, hasn't he, this season for the Pies, as Dacos tries to slap it inside 50. Adams delayed the handball. Dacos, Noble went looking for side bottom, couldn't find him. DeGoey gets it to Main, now to Crisp. Tried to pull the kick, it was smothered off his boot. Side bottom, a fumble under pressure. Parrish. Dacos comes in, lays a tackle. Thomas, stripped of it. Shield finds his boot. Grundy, the half volley. Spirals it inside 50. The Bombers' numbers back. This is Ridley. So confident and composed in that role now. Jordan Ridley is the anchor. Down back. As Redmond goes to Laverty. Heppel, who goes down the line to behind direction. Rough head over the top of the football. Adams. Noble wrapped up.
Straight up, please. Thanks, guys. Brody. Back this way, Sam.
Draper got rid of Grundy pretty easily. Guelphy tried to walk his way through. DeGoey barged his way through. Looked to Elliott. It was a tough ball to handle. Dacos, so clean. What's he got on the left? Thumps it into the post.
Redmond, the quick restart. Heppel in the back pocket. Now to Hind. Settled looking defence, isn't it, from the Bombers? It's got some speed, it's got some versatility. Switch to Laverty and now Stringer. Durham provides an option. Stringer will look further afield. Brings it into Snelling and Durham will keep running, could get used on the outside. Stringer on the inside. Down the line to Perkins. Essendon's ball movement this afternoon has been pretty fluid.
Play on.
Perkins goes for distance. Right, Guelphy over the top. It'll get over the back to Noble. Pressure came from Parrish. Forced the kick wide. Henry and Mason Redmond come together. Thomas wins the football, and the Pies now a chance through side bottom.
What's ahead of him? Waits for Elliott to come at him. He's had a couple of these half volleys to deal with Elliott, and he just walked past that one. Hind. Dumps it back to Ridley. All sorts of room here for Laverty.
And this is what they do well. They set up so well behind their attack, and they always have extra numbers. Well, there's a mistake right now.
Turnover for Elliott. Can he get around? Heppel, he can. Has a bounce, straightens up, should goal. Does goal. Second of the afternoon for Jamie Elliott. First of this third term for Collingwood, and it came from a rare handling error in the back half for the Bombers.
It's always nice when you get a gift goal, isn't it? And not necessarily off the back of your good play, but more the error off the opposition, which is a bit of a worry because it seems to be the only way that the Pies are looking like they might score is off the back of those errors of the opposition.
Well, it was just a skill error, really, Leper. And what do you do in the coach's box? You've sat there, you just ignore it, get frustrated. What can you do as a coach there?
I think this is where you flick the headphones off right about now and drop them. We see Dimmer do it quite a bit because there's not much you can do about this as the coach. You've set the game up really well. This is just an obvious skill error. Players don't mean to do it, so you can't do much about it. You're not going to drag the guy for something like that.
And getting a little frustrated, Jamie Elliott. He'd beaten his man on the lead twice, and the kick hadn't suited him. The football gods looked after him there as DeGoey bursts out of the middle, delivers in the Elliott direction again, tries to turn Ridley around, and Ridley works it to the line.
Well, listen, Leper, is Darcy Parish in the Roundtail matchup. It's a hard tag. It's a strict tag. It'd be interesting to see whether Essendon be willing for the second half to throw him forward in a different position, because good sides are not going to allow Darcy Parish to just keep running around.
Hind lost the handle. Thomas couldn't get the handball through. There is Parish. Thomas again, taken in the Durham tackle, and it was high.
We know he'll work his way through it. He's got a big engine. He'll still find the footy, but it's an opportunity here.
And a few teams have done it successfully this year, haven't they, with Darcy Parish? And it's maybe something that he will face, in the September action. So, yeah, you're right. Maybe do something a little bit different. Show the opposition that we're not just going to let him sit and rot. Maybe put him forward, kick some goals, and do something a little different.
Kick one in the second turn, Josh Thomas. For two in a row here for Collingwood. Touch ball, kicked it into the man on the mark.
It went through for a goal. Yeah. Score review. Umpire's call is touched behind. Please make sure it was touched off the mark.
Review underway.
There's no complaining being done by anyone wearing a Collingwood jumper around there, was there?
It was called touch immediately. Yeah. So is he doubting his own call, or is it a different umpire?
Different umpire, I think.
That's where the umpires get in the rooms after. Go, mate.
What are you doing to?
Back me in, will you?
The umpire's call was touched, so the evidence would have to be overwhelming that it wasn't.
I'm amazed they're even reviewing this. When it's a touch ball call this far out from an umpire standing 15
Review
metres
complete.
away.
Looking at these angles, there is insufficient evidence to determine if the ball is touched. Decision on scoreboard.
Not sure how it was ever not going to be the umpire's call, to be honest.
Yeah, and without a crowd here, you'd think it'd be one of those things that's easy to hear as well from an umpire's perspective.
Ridley goes long towards right versus Roughhead off the hands of Wilson. Main couldn't quite control it. Henry's handball straight to Guelphy. Guelphy gives it back to Henry. Heppel. Good scrap in there again from Chris Main.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Peter.
So Collingwood having a good 5 minutes or so here.
Margin
sits at 31. Grundy, nice tap to Dacos. Over the head of Heppel, sweeping on it is Thomas. Delivery this time for Elliott better. Couldn't take the mark. Still got the football. Squares it up. Couple of options. It's a 3-on-2. Numbers with the Bombers. Size as well. And Stewart obliges with the mark.
Thank you. Stand, please. Thank you. Play on. Yes.
Wide ball looking for Perkins. Wins a really good one-on-one and he's away. Waterman. They want to move it quickly, the Bombers. High inside 50, Crisp in front. Guelphy breaks it up in the air, tumbles it. The wrong side.
Huge work rate there for Guelphy. Just saw him absolutely streaming through the middle of the ground. The short one probably slowed it down and allowed the Collingwood defence to get back. The kick just sort of hung in the air too much.
Throw in. A little shallow. Parrish pounces and misses right. Darcy Parrish up to 14 possessions. Season average of 31. As Howe goes short to Roughhead. Now Main. Thought about the short one to Chris, but he was covered, so he goes instead to Rantel. And back to Roughhead.
They've had 4 or 5 uncontested marks. Haven't really gone anywhere yet, have they? This is where they've made mistakes, Collingwood, from this kick in the game.
Cameron tries to get there. Merritt punches on. Thomas's handball missed Grundy. Redmond with the superior speed can link up with Merritt. Steps around Bianco, got the hands free to McGrath, and they're happy to concede some territory for the opportunity to maybe set up and switch. Laverty takes on Henry. Now Stringer.
Distributes wide. A good ball for Guelphy.
Outside line.
He's got to hold up.
Move it on, play on.
Durham along about 5 Magpies and Merritt. Guelphy. Touch ball going inside. Waterman. Perkins. Through Clark's legs. Bianco's got to be clean. Bearing down Stringer. Wide now. Dacos. Where does he go? Nothing ahead of him. Ridley. Clark. Heppel on the left. Wobbles it inside 50, but it's picked off by Madgen. Cameron further afield with some room to move.
Adams hasn't got a lot of options forward of the football. Missed the kick to Henry. Now it's a 3-on-2. The Bombers have the football and happy to hold it up.
So this is the other issue. When they turn the footy over, Collingwood, they get so many players behind the guy who turns the footy over. If you then go quick, you're actually playing like a 16 v 10 or 11, and you've got no forward structure ahead of the ball.
Adams from the congestion. Half volley for Cameron. Grundy did well to go down and pick it up. Thomas. Bianco. Kick straight into the man. It ricochets to Cameron. He pops it up inside 50. Right. Couldn't quite hang on. Finds it on the deck. Stewart. Now Ridley. He'll exit defensive 50 to Heppel.
You're right, Jimmy. How many times have the Collingwood players looked up, wanted to go fast, and then had to stop and hold up and go, oh, we've got nothing really to kick to.
McGrath. Stand. Another product of the Sandy Dragons. Incredible how many AFL footballers that place provides as Merritt. It's going to be picked off by Howe. Close that down nicely. Dacos. Rantel. Howe, Main. They're working in the phone box here and they get closed down. Shield. Heppel. Redmond. Maintaining their width nicely. The Bombers. Redmond just floats a high one up. They'll come from all directions at this. Main with an arm held. Holding the ball.
Essendon.
And it's going to be Alec Waterman. Go back and have a look at his third.
Thanks out. Mark's here. Stand. Clear out, please. Clear out.
It's been the afternoon of Alec Waterman. And the Claremont Footy Club in the West. Speaking of places that have provided lots of footballers over the journey, still some issues for Henry. Waterman for his third. Loves it. Good return from a third forward, really.
Poor old Ollie Henry on the bench, sore as anything. The physio comes up and pokes at it and goes, is that the sore bit? He's like,
into it.
Yeah, thanks, just right there.
Well, this is Essendon's 8th goal from turnovers in their front half of their game, and their 4th in their forward 50. So their pressure's been elite, and it's been really difficult for the Collingwood backs to get anything going, anything flowing from their back half offensive movement, Jimmy.
Abs, Ollie Henry's been brave.
Oh, he really has, but it's been evident since half-time that that shoulder isn't quite right. He's just been moved to the back of the bench. He's putting ice straight on it, so it looks like that medical sub will be activated, and Poe McCreary will come into the game, guys.
So ends a very promising season from a young up-and-comer. Here's another. Trent Bianco marks in the middle of the G. Swings it wide now to Noble. Noble to half forwards, got to go. Streaming pass was Elliott, thought about it, might go to it now and does. So there's Poe McCreary, another youngster. Game 13 about to take place for him. Jamie Elliott a chance to go back and kick for goal number 3. So Jamie Elliott, 45-degree angle, 45 out from goal. Beautiful finish. Kicks his 3rd. Worked hard this afternoon. He's presented time after time. He's provided them an option inside 50, booted 3. 24 goals for the year from his 13 games, so a pretty good return, almost 2 goals a game.
Yeah, and he's such a difficult matchup, isn't he? If you put a tall player on him, he's got the speed. You put a short player on him, he's too strong.
Thought their way through this pretty well, Collingwood. De Goey's looked up. Essendon actually closed down the corridor really well. Good team defence there, but he waited for Elliott to just push inside forward 50 and lobbed it to his advantage. But a quality finish from Elliott.
Goal number 198 for Jamie Elliott. He's been class ever since he pulled on the Collingwood jumper. 3 for him. Draper high with a big thump. Stringer out the front, just where he likes it. Missed. Shield with the handball. It's going to work, though, for Guelphy. And that's a nicely steered ball for Snelling.
No.
In the centre clearance, the Bombers, they 9 times out of 10 end up with a shot on goal. This is for Guelphy. Big stretch.
Line. 10. Yes, boys. 15 gone.
Good ball from Snelling and a nice jump and grab from Guelphy. So answering goal here for the Bombers from Matt Guelphy. Dumped into the post.
Found himself a real role in the Essendon forward line, being that inside forward 50 tackling pressure player, Guelphy.
Signed a new 1-year deal this week. There's Noble. Aggressive kick towards Dacos. De Goey slaps in the Elliott direction, but Stringer beats him with the football. Guelphy taken down. Umpire said, yeah, trip.
Trip.
Inadvertent, but it was there.
Right there. Stand. Time on, play on.
Guelphy a little sore as he delivers to Ridley.
Stand. You kick.
Now Redmond. Next in line is Smith. Back to Laverty. And 50. As Hoskin Elliott encroaches across the mark.
Yep. Back end of the light, go.
Seen the Bombers comfortably adjust their tempo this afternoon. At times they've gone quick, other times they've been happy to be patient. We mentioned their disposal efficiency. They're so tidy generally by foot. Happy to play this game of tic-tac-toe. Just work their way through an opposition zone. Hind now.
Play on.
And see them spread to try and open up some space for themselves. He'll kick it to a contest. Waterman will come across the front. Main's little gift to Howe. Quick kick. Might suit Redmond. He's right on 50. Laverty from 55. Merritt will get back onto his left boot. Swings it wide towards Smith. Can't quite find him.
And that wall setup they've got behind the ball again, it's just been a dominant feature of Essendon's game today.
Leading disposal getters. No surprise to see Zach Merritt so high up. Free kick going to go Draper's way.
Come around, Sam. That's it. Why not? Stand, please.
Always the same argument as to who was holding who, but the naked eye looked like Draper's all day long. He's going to go high and long. Wright's had a good day. Can't quite get to it. Snelling. Magin. Bianco. Noble taken in the tackle. Adams. Taken to ground, and how to get rid of that? It goes over. So, Jimmy and Lep, you've played in 6 premierships between you. What do you want in the last round going into a final series? Do you want a real tough finals like grind? Do you want a live kill? What are you after?
Well, I think the grind, if I had a preference one or the other, you definitely don't want a live kill. You want to get a little bit of match hardness going into week 1, that's for sure. Mainly no injuries, I think, Jimmy, too.
Parrish to Smith. Right in perfect position. Howded just enough. And Crisp wrestled to the ground by Shield.
Yeah, first, no injuries, especially key personnel, but momentum. I think it's important, whether that is through a grind or an easy kill. You want the ball to be moving. You want players full of confidence. So you come out next week knowing what you do is going to actually really work and stand up well.
Snelling tried to dance through the traffic and almost got there. Adams with the free kick. Once again, he looks up and just sees a wall of Essendon players. He'll go short to Cameron. It's been a real challenge. Ball movement from the back half for the Pies this afternoon. Crisp. Now to go. He wants to get it and go. Kick towards Grundy, but wasn't on the same page. Stewart able to cut it off. Hind will bring it back into the middle of the ground for Cutler. Got players lining up on the outer side of the ground. That's where he'll go now. Stringer will get it and go. Will run to 65. Spear it to the pocket, and Smith again. Just working the edges, Deb Smith. Working the pockets beautifully, finding some gaps inside that forward 50. And he's a chance to kick his third.
You got to start on your line. Sorry? No, he's in the right spot now.
Smith for number 3. Across the face.
He's got out the back of Collingwood's defence so many times today, Devon Smith. Often he's the last guy. Normally you want to see an opposition defender on that last player. But it's not. It's always been an Essendon player.
Chris Mayne looking for Adams, who takes the mark.
Stand, play on.
That's why Cutler and Hind are so important coming off half-back, because they can shorten your defence so quickly with their kicking penetration.
Magin's had a lot of the ball. Finds Bianco, and that ball's got way too much heat on it. Redman able to pick it off. Dylan Shield taken in a pretty good tackle. Found Redman by hand, and now Merritt comes back to support. McGrath, great from Dev Smith, now chopped off by Tom Wilson. They go forward again, and really well done, Zach Merritt. Stuck around to be an outnumber.
There's a bit of a difference. This is the opposite to what Collingwood's been doing. They've only got the 2 players back level with the kicker here, Essendon. So if they need to bail out down the line, at least they've got some representation. You can still use the switch kick if you want, and you've got numbers providing width.
Stringer to Cutler.
Stand.
So Cutler can pick. He can keep coming this way. He can go back out the other side because he doesn't have numbers behind him.
Now Stewart. Jimmy made a great point a couple of minutes ago about Hind and Cutler shortening the defence.
Yeah.
Explain what that means to us.
So by carrying it 10 metres, the last line of defence, which would be Collingwood, be Jeremy Howe, and that they sit about 60 metres away so they can come over and intercept. If Hind and Cutler carry it 10, 15, and then punch the ball, they actually put all the pressure on that one-on-one defender, all get it out the back.
Durham lays the tackle on Rantel and is rewarded. Here's Cutler, as you said, pushing all the way up to the wing. Has the speed, has the penetration in his kick. Goes towards Peter Wright. Couple to beat in the air. Imagine takes it. Aggressive switch back to Bianco as they look to try and find some space in their back half. DeGoey screams for it up the middle, and now Rantel side bottom there as well.
Thought about the quick release for Rantel and then thought the better of it. Goes a barrel, just a standing start, wobbling barrel for Elliott. Thomas is there as well. Durham with him. Thomas got the footy.
Sound's going to sound.
That's going to bounce. Through for a behind.
I don't know if a torpedo up the middle is a part of the game plan. Gee, I've never seen a coach actually say that's what we want to do, but...
I'm playing for that coach.
Yeah, we all like to do that.
It was a kick in frustration to an extent, wasn't it? Let's try something different. Steel side bottom. As the
and
siren
sounds.
Three-quarter
time.
Bombers kicking 2 goals, 3 in that turn.
Alright. So it's three-quarter time now, guys. We're going to wait until the last quarter. I'll read some comments until the last quarter will start. Let's see. I can't walk, unfortunately. This stream is only for Essendon and Collingwood. Alright. Alright. Last quarter should be starting shortly. Alright.
where and when coming up straight after the game.
All right. Still music.
And a half for the Pies. But guys, I really want to take a look at Peter Wright, or 2 metre Peter, as he's more commonly known. And it's a great story, isn't it? He's into a final series in his first year at the Bombers. He was let go by the Suns and traded for a 4th round draft pick, and what a recruit that he is proving to be. He's just playing with so much confidence at the moment. He's a great contested mark. He also just brings the ball to ground, and that's what any coach really wants from their tools. But we saw him kick 7 a few weeks ago. He's now got 4 to his name at 3/4 time, and is going to be so important in the weeks to come.
1 quarter remaining in Collingwood season. 1
Here
quarter remaining for the Bombers to tune up for the finals.
Last quarter, we're back at full time to talk about which team,
bounce.
where they're going at,
That's a sentence to front
whatever.
office at the Gold Coast Suns, Tate here.
Hopefully,
He was let go by the
releases
Suns.
after the game.
They're like, we know, shut up about it.
It applies to about 10 blokes who have gone on and been unbelievably good.
Advantage
taken. See you guys at full time.
Wide to Noble. That's not going to work. Redmond stretching mark stops it dead. Noble did well to get involved, but way to numbers with the Bombers. Heppel. Maynard got in his way. Ball up out of side.
I think the big thing with 2 metre Peter, he was in and out of the side, so he lost confidence. Essendon have backed him in this year. He's played 19 games. Yeah, they ran him up into the ruck for a bit when Draper wasn't in, so he could touch the footy. And I think the faith has been repaid handsomely.
Ginnivan heading towards Cameron, but it's nicely read and cut off again by Cutler. Speaking of confidence and continuity. Not continence, it's almost what I said. Here's Heppel. Off the hands of Howe. Parrish taken down by Adams.
And I think if Essendon are going to go far in September, I think it's their back half players that are the ones that are going to have to stand up for them. Hine, Laverde, Ridley, Redmond, Cutler, they're the sort of names that have done the job today and been going to take them really far in September.
Stringer tries to muscle his way through. Noble got the hands free to Durham, and he now releases Parrish. They get it from the inside to the outside once again. The kick goes inside 50. Waterman inadvertently flipped it to himself. Keeps it alive. Handball not ideal for McGrath.
Downfield, Essendon.
And the Bombers will still manage to manufacture a shot at goal from what was a broken play inside 50.
Well, he's such an interesting player, Waterman. He reminds me of David Kelthorpe, funny enough. He looks very similar in body shape, at nuggety sort of half-forward type player. We're in the Essendon job. He's made a few blues today, but geez, he can find a shot on goal as well.
Playing a bit of 2-on-3 there with, was it McGrath? But he's ball drop and he's kicking. He's a thumping kick, but not a lot can go wrong with his kicking technique. And you watch him take the shot, hopefully he hasn't blasted on the full.
Got a bit of a Dean Solomon look about him as well.
Yep.
There's a thumping kick, as Jimmy mentioned, from 45. Makes really good contact with that and drills it straight through. A goal in each quarter for Alec Waterman. 17 goals from his 13 games in his first year on the Essendon list. Enough to earn him an extension. And again, they've got complementary skill sets down forward with Francis and Wright, and now the third in Waterman and all the smalls around them. The pieces are coming together.
Chris Waterman, the dad, proud man, got sons playing various clubs and obviously a fine record as a West Coast Eagles player himself in those amazing early 90s years.
They're almost unfair, some of those West Coast Eagles sides. They're like a state side.
Yeah, 92, 94, they had all Australians, Hall of Famers everywhere.
Straight up, straight up.
Good gym program too, Lep. It's some big boys.
It's some very big boys.
Big jacker. As Main comes off the line, gives it to Goey. That's a beautiful ball from Murphy.
Stand.
Bianco.
Back a metre.
Short to Rantel and thought about giving it off.
This is his 4th possession on this matchup here. As he gets better at this role, Jimmy, you'll find out more ways to get into the game offensively as well.
Long ball to half forward. Murphy dumps it to a dangerous spot. Ginnivan's taken in a tackle and thumped into the ground. That might be a dangerous tackle. It is.
I think he's frustrated, Redmond.
We had the tackle on Bontempelli a week or so ago. And the player's fighting the tackle. He's trying to bring him down.
That is the one they don't like, though, Jimmy, isn't it? If the arm's held and then you're slung to ground with no ability to protect yourself.
Yeah, that double motion.
Jack Ginnivan. Never looked good. Dragged it to the left.
Cutler will go short to Laverty.
Stand.
It's a bit of height into it to suit Peter Wright.
Stand.
Well structured. And he's got a tall down the line to kick to, whether it's Wright or Francis.
Play on.
This time it'll be Francis. Won't quite get to the contest, so Grundy can cut it off. Didn't quite complete the mark, and Smith was able to get it off him.
Sam.
Here's another look at that tackle from another angle.
It's almost that picking up motion, isn't it? And then that swinging from the left to the right is the one that the AFL don't like.
Grundy tried to get it to side bottom. Clark to run onto it. Side bottom tried to muscle him off the line of it. Main. Handball affected by the tackle. Shield. Welfie cut off by Noble. Pumps it back in the Hoskin Elliott direction. It's been a quiet day for Hoskin Elliott, just the 6 touches, and Cutler's got it again.
Wide for Aaron Francis. Looking for Stringer. Did it stay inside the field of play? Yes, it did. He will want to run around and bend it through, will Jake. It's a fair distance out to achieve that. Does he go drop punt, or does he lay it across the boot? He can move that happily. He may change halfway through this motion. He's going to stay with the drop punt. Fans it across. Perkins just couldn't hang on. Holding the ball.
Back to the 9, Archie. Back to the 9. Keep coming, please. 2 more metres. Stand.
So Dacos has it alongside the behind post. Takes the short up the middle to side bottom.
Stand.
Main offers short as well, but he's closed down now by Snelling, so he'll go to DeGoey. Crisp presents and is honoured. Back to DeGoey. Ginnivan found some space in behind Redmond. Can now look to draw him towards and give it off. Inside to side bottom. Thought about the handball to DeGoey and maybe wasn't on the same page. Rantel's forward of the football. He's got to run it to the outside and another to the inside. Ginnivan's kick misses the target. It was intended for Thomas, but picked off by Hind. He'll switch, and he's got Wright on the exit.
Loping bounce for Pete. And he showed a lot of it to Maynard. But a free kick. So we're at Collingwood at, boys. They've got a coach searching program going on at the moment. Where's their list at? What can Collingwood fans expect from 22?
I think all the young players that they've filtered throughout the side, JB, we've seen some elite AFL talent. And, you know, when you add a couple of pre-seasons, some maturity, hopefully that keeps tracking in real positive signs. You mentioned Rantel, that run with role, but Ollie Henry's got some serious athleticism on the forward line. Ginnivan, he knows how to find space inside forward 50. So they've all got elite traits. Bianco is a good ball user and decision maker. It's just how the new coach does he want to add a layer to this, or does he want to completely change the style of football they want to play?
Well, Ginnivan, the man you're speaking about. Nice to Hoskin Elliott.
Yeah, they have got some good young boys, haven't they? And we've seen a lot of them. So you're excited if you are a Collingwood supporter with the future.
Handball over the top. And they give another one to Jamie Elliott, who's got 4. Has kicked Collingwood's last 3 goals of this game and deserves the 4 he's got.
7 players under 20 games out there today for Collingwood. So a lot of youngsters. You've got the Brown brothers to come back. Finley McRae, Myercheck, Moore, Quainer, Rusco, Pendlebury.
It's exciting, isn't it? So they do have boys to come back into this team. So, yeah, I think another pre-season, you can tell they don't play together a lot, this group.
The only thing for them going forward is other list management decisions. They don't own their first 2 picks because of trading on future picks, but they're going to need a lot of points, obviously, with the next Dacos coming in, and he'll command a lot of draft points. Top 3 pick, top 2 pick, whatever that may be. So, it'll be interesting how they manipulate that or get more draft picks in or move players around.
So margin at 32. Approaching the midway point of the final term. Elliott tracks it, taken by side bottom.
Essendon.
Rewarded for his tackle. He'll have his 25th touch. It's a handball to Clark, who drives it inside 50 again. Over the head of Wright, nicely read by Roughhead. Out to Cameron. His teammates telling him to spread it quickly because they had a couple of options. One of them was Elliott. Ball movement's been a real grind for the Pies this afternoon. Side bottom works hard to get open. Now it's Adams. Goes looking for Cameron again. Second involvement in this chain. Off to Dacos. Now Ginnivan. Crosses 50. Brings it inboard. Bianco's his target, Redmond. So they worked it around the boundary line, but then didn't have the big key marking option.
It's 50 metres, and I think that's kind of been the difference in the game of the 2 teams, the efficiency going inside 50. You can tell Essendon are just a little bit more fluent with that last possession.
Redmond. Clark. Shield.
Stand.
Not going to work, and Big Fist will end up with Madgen. Ball's held into him. Adams. Elliott's got 4. Side bottom, Bianco. Back to side bottom, still got the wheels, even with all of those games under his belt. Couldn't control that ball. Durham has a bounce, stretches away from Bianco. Handball for Clark. He gets bowled over by Main in his last game. Maynard. Just too much on the kick, allowing Laverty in, and half-back line for Essendon today has been outstanding.
Clark has it. It's just that connection between their midfield and their forward line for Collingwood. Just haven't been able to get the structure quite right. His last couple of 4As plays looking up and not really having any commanding marking targets to kick to. Wright provides that for the Bombers, and Perkins pops it over the top. Francis with a couple to beat. Slaps it back in the Smith direction. Crisp gets there first. Keeps it alive to Howe. Pops a little handball over the top to Murphy. Pulls his kick. Misses the target. It's Thomas. Now he's going to have a couple to beat. Merritt will get there first. It's a 3-on-2. Bombers with the numerical advantage. And McGrath can swing it back inboard and find Heppel. Thought about the give to Ridley. Wright tracks back towards the top of the square now. Francis is long there as well. They'll head in that direction. Here comes Wright. Here comes Francis. Off hands. Durham slaps it down. Bianco stripped of the football. Collingwood free kick.
So the blue sky for the Bombers, the Magpies, Jimmy, is they're guaranteed to get in Nick Dacos.
Yep.
And they say he's the best kid in the draft, so you're taking that all day long.
Absolutely.
Father-sons are absolute manna from heaven. And are ready-made as well, so he'll come straight in and start playing your sense crisp. Adams arches out of a tackle and then finds Cameron. To Maynard, who's got a long left foot, we know. Pounding ball and kept in really cleverly. Hoskin Elliott bends and goals. Quiet day for Hoskin Elliott, but that's a nice finish. And Collingwood are running this game out.
Well, one of the great skills of the game is having great awareness. It's something that recruiters look for all the time when they're trying to pick their players on draft day. And these are the sorts of things that are hard to do. Look at that there by Ginnivan. Just knew it was going through the points. Great awareness, keep the ball alive and score. So they're the little things. I think they're the little things you see if you're a Collingwood supporter and you get excited about. We've got a smart kid here. He knows what he's doing.
Smart natural forward, Jack Ginnivan. Here's Parrish off to right. Just at the last moment, spotted Snelling out of the corner of his eye. He's stripped by Crisp. It's taken by Noble. Wants to get it and go. The 1-2 with Cameron. Noble bursts up the middle, pulls the kick nicely. Finds Thomas. Thomas now to Maynard. He hits Grundy 55 from home. He's got Ginnivan leading to the pocket. Heads in that direction. He's got good forward craft. Generally an exceptional kick. He's missed a couple today, but he's got a lot there to work with. The youngster from Castlemaine.
That's exciting ball movement from Collingwood. And you look at the bottom of the screen. Ginnivan here just waits, little tick lead, push off on Hind, use the space. Good kick from Brodie Grundy, just waited, allowed him to run into it.
5th game for Jack Ginnivan. He's kicked 6 goals, 3. Right behind the kick. He's tugged that one as well. Peter Wright didn't quite complete the mark. Hoskin Elliott lurking. Laverty, quick hands, and McGrath's away.
Wobbles it in the Francis direction. It's thumped away from him. Redmond. Enough composure to get it back to Cutler. And now Hind. So the conversation then goes to the Bombers. They've got a final next week against the Western Bulldogs. Have only beaten one team in the top 8 all year. The good news is that is the Western Bulldogs, and they'll meet them again. What do we expect from next week and beyond for Essendon?
Well, they absolutely torched the Dogs at stoppages. They kicked 80 points from stoppages, and that's been a big issue for the Bulldogs, especially in the last month, the opposition midfield. They probably have had more possessions than the Dogs, but they probably hurt them more with their possessions.
Good mark, Perkins. Heppel. Inside 50. Wide open Smith's had a good day. Always uses the ball superbly. Simple mark for Jake String.
They're so efficient going inside 50 Essendon. One thing with this game next week with the Western Bulldogs, if Essendon can manage that stoppage battle again, Jimmy, they don't even have to blow them off the park, but I think the bookends of their ground are probably better than the Western Bulldogs just on paper and as far as efficiency as goes. So that's the part of the game next week that I'll have to focus on leading into the Doggies game.
Stringer's second. Get it back out beyond 30 points. Right through the middle. It's been a good tune-up. Injury-riddled Collingwood, we know, but they're ticking all the boxes, the Bombers.
So the last 6 minutes of Chris Mayne's career, 248 games, originally taken by the Dockers at pick 40 way back in 2007. 172 games for Fremantle. And he's finished his career in style. Career disposal high in season 21. Found plenty of the football in defence for the Pies. Here's Adams. Floats a kick towards Hoskin Elliott. Juggles it, couldn't complete. Stewart, Heppel, Laverty. Swings it wide to Redmond. He's back 6. Gelling together so well. Down the line, Francis this time the marking option. Can't mark it, so just gets it to ground. Was looking for Snelling. Crisp tries to take on Perkins. Unsuccessfully. Advantage for Hind. He'll deliver it inside 50. Stringer first off the mark. Only took half a step. Marks at full extension. 45 out. Not much Braden Maynard can do.
He's had a terrific day, hasn't he? Jake Stringer, he's been awesome, coming up for his 24th disposal and he's potentially his 3rd goal. He's just a real influence on them and their team and his new role he's playing.
So good mix, isn't it? 6 clearances, 5 of them from the centre bounce as well.
Chance to kick his 3rd of the afternoon and his 40th for the season. Playing as a midfield forward. Pushes it right.
I just wonder whether Ben Rutten now is tempted to get some of his stars off the field for the last 5 minutes of this game.
Bring it in, it's Murphy, the ball gets beyond him and picked up by Bianco, runs into a bit of a dead end, gives it back to Grundy and then gets it back from him. And that ball's going to be thumped over. So 4.5 minutes left as Redmond just gets a little bit of treatment, and he's been a beauty, Chris Mayne. Don't think anyone who's played with him over those 248 games hasn't loved having him in the same jumper and same dressing room. Great family. His old man Steve Mayne, very high up in the CIB, detective over there in the West.
Had a few dealings with him, have you, James?
A very handy cricketer, actually. West Australian under-19 player. And then I think professionally had other things, other boxes to tick. I did ask Chris whether he was going to follow his old man into the police force. He said absolutely no chance. They're good people, and they've provided a really good boy for this competition. Got a lot to be very proud of.
Devon Smith drills it low, but Murphy, not sure if he was blinded by the lights, but couldn't complete the mark. Maynard, crisp. Back to Murphy. Had to be quick. Handball at the feet of Rantel. Did well to gather off to Wilson. Run down from behind. That's the sort of desperation you love to see with 3.5 minutes remaining. Mason Redmond played just 5 games in his first 3 years in the Essendon program. Took some time to develop. Started as a forward, went back, and has settled back. Take his best from here. Will he chip it or will he go for it? He winds up, he goes for it and hits it beautifully.
Good strike, that.
Gets his 2nd for the afternoon, playing off half-back.
I wasn't sure he was actually going to go for it for a second there. It looked like he was just going to chip it up maybe to the top of the square.
Well, their defensive group's been super. They've been able to mark the footy at will. Cutler, 9 marks, 8 marks to Ridley. Redmond's had a lot of marks as well. And there's no worse place at a footy club when the defenders start kicking goals, Lepper. You hear about it all week. They think it's an easy gig. They just roll into training with a little bit extra in their step, don't they?
Yes, yeah. Quite simply, Jimmy.
Beautiful, big, long drop punt, that. You did go forward with great success, Lep, at times. Don't sell yourself short.
Yeah, 194 goals, but anyway. We're just talking
but who's counting?
You're right. That's hardly the odd one. Parrish has had a tough day. And Rantel following him all day. That handball a little fierce for Merritt, so Taylor Adams able to pick it off. Thomas
He's had a big day today, Taylor Adams again. 30 touches, 10 clearances. He's just worked his backside off.
Ginnivan a long one. Cameron well placed. That's very nicely defended by Laverty. Does amazingly well. So often he's outsized. And
Marcus on the line.
Brilliant.
On the line, please, Darcy.
Powerful unit. That's what he got drafted as, is like a powerful half forward, really explosive, and been able to convert him so quickly to almost an undersized key defender at times.
There's another of that generation that have been in the system now 5 or 6 years, Jimmy, and they're all maturing together. And we're seeing the fruits of that in their recent form. DeGoey immediately tackled by Snelling. You guys mentioned the scores from turnovers for Essendon today. That's their barometer stat. 19 times out of 22 this year. If they've won that, they've won the game, or lost that and lost the game. So next week against the Bulldogs, that's the one to keep an eye on. They've been so good at it today, scoring from opposition turnovers as Parrish delivers to Wilson.
Well, that's the game today. They're plus 49 points compared over the top of Collingwood.
So can they get that going next week against the Dogs? If so, look out. DeGoey shrugs Smith, sweeps a handball to Murphy, delivers towards Cameron. Laverty sets his feet.
Holding.
Again, had good body position and used it to advantage.
And not only are they strong, the Essendon backs, they're all athletic, so they can all play on a multitude of players, and they're Paul's marked there, but they can play on multiple types. They're happy to play on smalls, talls, they can interchange, so they can play a system really well.
Well, you can keep your last line defenders there. The guys who are really good at defending on the last line. You wait almost the matchup to come to you instead of everyone having to shuffle around to make that matchup.
They're kind. No hurry to go anywhere with the ball, and just belts it long down the line. It's going to go to Howe for a hold.
We know the best defenders, Jimmy. Your Geelong team had that. You're happy to play on anyone at times, at any point. You want to keep your system in place, and then the opposition forwards almost move around your defensive system and what it looks like.
Rantel for side bottom. Nicely placed ball. Side bottom bullets it to Elliott. And this would be his 200th goal in AFL footy if he can get it through, and it'd be richly deserved. He's been there most effective forward.
All right, guys. Siren is about to sound.
Siren will sound pretty much as he kicks it, or just after. And it's a touch ball. That's amazing. It was going through. He can't believe it. But that's all this game's got, and for the Bombers, there's so much excitement coming in the next 7 days.
The baby Bombers growing up fast.
And here he is.
Just 2 weeks inside
Essendon
the top 8
will
all
be in the
season.
finals
Essendon
next
are
week.
headed for the finals. They run out 38-point winners over the Magpies.
It's nice respect for Chris Mayne, young Archie Perkins, just playing game number 20. After 248 with Freo and Collingwood, he finishes a terrific career. Got absolutely everything out of himself, and as we said in the call, he also much loved. Abby, down to you.
Thanks, JB. I'm down here with a very happy captain. Congratulations, a great win, but more importantly, you're finals bound. How proud are you of everything that this group has achieved this
Yeah, no, it's been awesome. I've really enjoyed the season as a whole. I just think the culture that we're building, the care we have for each other, and I think it's really started to show in a bit of momentum through this back half of the year. So proud of the boys' efforts today and for the bulk of the year.
And it's so exciting, isn't it? It's a young group. The youngsters are showing maturity beyond their years, but how have you seen the development of the likes of Archie Perkins and Nick Cox? Obviously,
This
the
man
medical
is
stuff
going to
today,
be
but so many
retiring as
youngsters
well,
coming
guys.
through.
Yeah, I think they've come in with great character. They've brought a different spin to the group, and they carry themselves with great confidence and believe that they belong at this level. So, you know, we've embraced their personalities, and they've been super for us and just willing to play their role. And I think that's been the highlight for the entire year. Everyone just willing to play their role for the team.
And the pressure factor, it's a real feature of your game, isn't it? Particularly in that forward half, really enabling you to create scores off turnover. How did you see that component of the game today?
Yeah, it's been a big part of it. Trying to play the game in our forward half and create quality turnovers. So it was a key focus during the week, and thought we stood up really well there.
And congratulations, you're off to the finals. You'll take on the Doggies next weekend. Best of luck.
Thanks, Abs, you beauty. Thanks, Dons fans. Love your work. Keep getting around us.
Thanks, Hep.
You beauty indeed. Sentiments echoed by Bombers fans right around Australia. They hit the finals in top form. They will meet the Western Bulldogs in an elimination final next weekend, week 1 of the finals for the Collingwood Football Club. That is season 2021 over. Nick and Geordie, they did what they had to do. The Bombers, they got the win and sailed through to the finals with a bit of confidence.
You're right. I mean, suppose you look at these games, they got the win.
Alright, guys. Let me go ahead and check the news to see if fixtured match report is there, but let's see. Matches, fixtures. Okay. Alright, so just a recap, guys. Let me show you a close view. You can see here Toyota 2021 AFL Final Series for those teams there. So I don't know, we don't have any news of what venues it's going to be, but these are the teams that will be playing in the final series. As I said, good luck to those teams in the finals. It's going to be a hell of a ride. Geelong, Port is going to be an intense one for sure. Sydney and Giants, all those teams that will be playing will be very intense. Melbourne, however, they will be versing Brisbane. Do not know what day they will be playing, but there should be other news outlets basically saying when they will be playing for those teams that will be going to the finals. So, as I said before, guys, Brisbane and Melbourne. So either Melbourne or Brisbane win. So if Melbourne wins, for example, you guys can see my cursor. So if Melbourne wins, they will be in the premium final. Alright, so they'll be in the premiums. But if so Melbourne will win in if they go to the premiums if they win, or Brisbane. But the loser, which is Brisbane, for example, will be either facing those two teams, whoever wins. So if Western Bulldogs win, for example, they will versus Melbourne, alright, which is going to be a tough one, or Essendon. But whoever wins the Melbourne and Western Bulldogs or the Essendon game, Western Bulldogs or Essendon, will go out. Whoever wins, if Melbourne wins, they'll verse either Port or Geelong. And if you see those two W's here, if you see my cursor, basically they won't go straight to the premiums. Melbourne, Brisbane, or Port or Geelong will go to the premiums. Alright, so that's how it works. So there's a couple of finals structures. So there's finals week 1. I can actually show you guys on the predictor. Let me see. Predictor. So yeah. So those are the teams that we'll be playing. Alright, so you see finals week 1. You can see there. Semi-finals, premium, or grand final. So let's just say, for instance, alright, so if Melbourne and Brisbane, they will play. If Melbourne win, alright, Brisbane is still in the finals. They will verse, you can see here, Brisbane there. But if Western Bulldogs, let's say Western Bulldogs win, alright, you can see the winner red thing there. So Essendon will not be in the finals. So you know, Brisbane and Western Bulldogs will play. Alright. So it has to be a very huge one. Alright. Essendon needs to focus on Brisbane. No, not Brisbane. Western Bulldogs. Alright. So those two teams, they'll rematch again. We know that Essendon defeated Western Bulldogs a couple weeks ago. So, you know, if Essendon Western Bulldogs win, they'll go to the semi-finals. So I'm gonna pick Essendon just for example, so I can show you guys what I mean. So, alright, so that's for example. Sydney Giants. So if Sydney win, alright, they'll you can see in the semi-final section they'll be on the second row. Alright, so this is the first match for the semi-finals, and this is the second match on the semi-finals. Alright, so if Sydney wins, they go to semi-finals. But however, if Giants lose against the Sydney, they'll also be eliminated. Okay, so it's either have to be Giants or Sydney to win that one. They won't have another chance. Only the players that are in the top 4. So basically, if Sydney wins, they will verse either the loser for Port and Geelong. So I'm gonna pick Sydney here, just for example. And then Port, Geelong. If Port wins, they will verse Sydney. But if Geelong win as well, they'll verse Sydney. So if Geelong wins, Port still have a chance to be you know, in the finals. They'll be in the semi-finals. So I'm gonna pick Geelong for that one. And then for the semi-finals, you can see here Brisbane, Essendon, Port, and Sydney. So we'll basically, you know, these two teams as well, same thing, eliminated. Alright, so we'll pick Essendon here, and then Port, Sydney, same thing as well, eliminated. So I'm gonna pick Sydney for that one, and then so on. Alright, so same thing, eliminated. Alright, and then yeah. Alright, so that's basically what I meant, guys. Alright, it's pretty easy. And that's how it works. Hopefully that understands you guys. But I'm gonna get rid of all of this. Alright. So yeah, that's how the finals where it works. Alright, so let's just go back. Alright, so yeah. I don't know if I'll post this on social media, but that's basically those teams that will be playing in the finals. Alright, so good luck to all of those teams. Unfortunately, because I have to obey by the AFL's guidelines, they made a blog post, as I said on the start. I talked about this a couple of days ago. They released this post a couple of days ago, or people to stream the finals or not. The blog post basically states that all content creators that want to stream the footy, they can't stream the finals. If they do, they'll get a copyright strike. All right, that means a copyright strike means you won't be able to stream for at least a month or two. So yeah, if you get like 3 strikes, you get like your account will be like terminated. So that like some strikes be like that, they'll stay like that for at least 2 or 3 months until the expiry date. But if you still get more strikes than the first strike, then yeah, you're kind of huge trouble. Two's like if you get like 2 strikes, and then if you get 1 more, your account will be terminated. So I have to obey by the rules. The blog post is not for like everyone to see. It's only for content creators who signed up with AFL, the account, blah blah blah. You have to like link your account, right? And it's like a special way of how to do that. But yeah, they made a blog post. They said to all content creators, don't stream the finals, blah blah blah. I have to listen to them, and yeah, so that's how I have to do that. So looks like for me, honestly, since I can't stream the finals, this is basically it for 2021. All right, footy is over for I can't stream the finals, so it's actually over for me now, and for you guys to not see the footy games. But if you guys have TV, there's like some Fox footy. It's like if you're like if it's only on channel 7, you watch the footy, you'll be okay because channel 7's free for everyone to watch. But if it's on Fox footy, then you're gonna be in trouble because you need Foxtel or KO to do that. But if it's on channel 7, on your television, just type number 7 and it should come up footy. And there's like some schedules of like TV shows, stuff like that. So if it's on channel 7, it's not like paid subscription or anything. If it's on channel 7, then you should be okay. But if it's on Fox footy, then you're kind of screwed because you need like a subscription, which costs like for a month, it's like $25 for KO, but I don't know how much is for Foxtel. So yeah, it's pretty easy though. If you wanna like watch the finals, all of it might be on channel 7. Won't be on Fox footy, I think. But just make sure you go on afl.com.au because it can tell you, for example, if you go to matches, broadcast guide, wait, what the? Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought it was the finals, but it's not. Yeah. So if you go matches, broadcast guide, all right, you see this, all right, you see this. So see those see this one 7, all right, it's not 7 mate, but if it's on 7, that means it's free to air, so it's free, all right. Those sorry, AFL Nation is the radio, so that's also free, also on ABC. But for Fox footy and KO, if it's on that, except for 7, because 7 you can watch the footy game, but if it's not on channel 7 and it's only for Fox footy and KO, then you need a subscription, alright? So 100% it will be for some finals, it will be on channel 7. So make sure you have AFL website bookmark. If you don't know how to do that for Chrome, just go the 3 dots, bookmarks, and then bookmark this tab or bookmark all tabs. So I recommend bookmark this tab, and it will be on your bookmark. So if you want to find it again, you just go to the 3 dots, bookmarks, and find AFL. Alright, so should be under all of these. But yeah, guys, hopefully that helps you. But that's gonna be it for me. I'll wait some comments though before I end. So let's see who as I said, Dan, I won't be streaming the finals because I need to obey by the AFL guidelines, and they released a blog post a couple of days ago, and they warned people not to stream the finals, the game, like the whole game, like to see the game, because if content creators do that, they will be issued a copyright strike. Here, I'm gonna show you guys what copyright strike means. All right, yeah. Okay. I'll zoom in. Hold on. Okay. So if you read this, if you see that, it says if you get a copyright strike, it means that a copyright owner, which is, for example, AFL, has submitted a complete and valid legal takedown request for using their copyright protected content. When we get this type of formal notification, we take down your video to comply with copyright law. A video can only have one copyright strike at a time. Keep in mind that videos can be removed from the site for reasons other than copyright. Also, content ID claims not result in a strike, so like music, like copyright music, stuff like that. So this is a big thing. What happens when you get a strike? We all make mistakes. When you get a copyright strike, it acts as a warning. So they give you a warning first. The first time you get a copyright strike, you need to go through copyright school. Copyright school helps creators understand copyright and how it is enforced at YouTube. Copyright strikes may affect your ability to monetize. In addition, if your live stream is removed for copyright, your access to live streaming will be restricted for 7 days. If you get 3 copyright strikes, alright, your account, along with any associated accounts, is subject to termination. All videos uploaded to your account will be removed, and you can't create new channels. It's like hardware ban. And then if I wanted to resolve a copyright strike, there are 3 ways to: wait for it to expire, which expires after 90 days. And if it's your first strike, you need to go to complete copyright school. Get a retraction. Number 2, you need to get in touch with the person who claimed your video and ask them to retract their claim of copyright infringement. If you think your video was removed by mistake or qualifies as fair use, you can submit a content notification. So like if I submit one, let's see. Let's go YouTube Studio, right? For example, yeah, I got a warning, right? Here, this is for example. So you see here, if I can't click this because the link is expired, but if I want to appeal it, see here, I can appeal. And yeah, it will tell me what is the reason for your appeal, explain it, and then if you want to submit it, it says submit there. So you just have to write why you want to appeal, if it's fair use, blah blah blah. But yeah, that's how what copyright strikes is. So I got a warning, it won't do anything. So if you see here, it says here, because this is your first time, your account isn't affected. You only warned once, and this warning will remain on your channel. And then see here, if it happens again, I won't upload, post, or live stream for a week, which I don't want that to happen. So yeah, hopefully that understands you guys of copyright strikes. So yeah, that's why I have to be very careful. So yeah, unfortunately, I have to obey by the rules, but they said that next year in March, when, like for example, round 1 to 23, I can stream AFL games. Alright, but they'll might change the decision next year because they let other people stream the finals like a couple years ago, like 2 years ago or so. but not for like 2020 and 2021. But hopefully, fingers crossed, 2022. But again, I have to obey by the rules. But as I said again, guys, that's basically it for me and footy streams. And I sort of let you guys know one big thing: do not unsubscribe. Do not turn off notifications, because I will be streaming footy again next year in March. Alright? Also, follow me on social media. If you want my social media, for example, Twitter, go profile. This is my Twitter. Alright? Take a screenshot of that. You can search my name or my @ and I'll always provide updates here. Alright? Always provide updates. Like this one, other various kind of stuff. So make sure you guys follow me on social media to keep up to date. And I also have, let me see, I need to go back to my description here. Okay. I also have Instagram. Alright? Hopefully this works. Okay, that's not me. Why is this set? What? This is me. I post though, but you have to, I'm on Instagram's website. This is me, alright? I don't know why it comes up with this guy, this kid. Yeah, but this is me, alright? So, follow me here if you want me to. You get up to date with all various stuff, like footy and like Fortnite wise. But yeah, it's unfortunate. Again, various times I have to obey by the rules. I need to change my description too. Let me see. Customize. Hold on. Branding. Alright. Should be there. Let's try again. No, it still says it. Oh my god. That's a huge rip. I just changed it. Exact URL, and it still doesn't work. Alright, I don't care. But, yeah, as I said, I have to obey by the rules, blah blah blah. And that's all I have to say, I think. So, I'll see you guys. If you guys are a footy fan, you're not gonna watch my other streams. For now, since footy's over, I'll be switching over to Fortnite, stuff like that. Like, not now. Like, I won't switch over now and stream. But, like, I'm ending this stream, though. I'll be live tomorrow. But that's basically it. Again, as I said before, do not unsubscribe. Do not turn off notifications. As I said, I'll be live. I'll be streaming more footy next year. Next year's footy season again, 2022 in March. And make sure you guys have me followed on social media, Twitter and Instagram. Might update my bio on Twitter, but again, just search up this name on Instagram. If you want me to follow, that's the name. Just search it up and you should find me. Yeah, that's all I have to say. And I'll see you guys if you're not gonna watch my channel, blah blah blah. Next year, March. It's gonna be great once footy season's back. But if you guys want to watch my other streams tomorrow and so on, that would be appreciated. But still, guys, if I'm streaming Fortnite, go pop in and say hi, blah blah blah, have some fun, you know, talk in chat. That's basically a goal of how to stream and talk to viewers. So yeah, that's all I have to say, and it's a huge rip that AFL is over for me. But yeah, follow me on social media, Instagram, all those other stuff. Join my Discord server, and yeah, until then, everyone, take care. Talk soon. See you guys tomorrow, and have a good rest of your night. And goodbye.